I mean, ideally most live streams, like, especially me too, I do it as well. Like the 5 minutes before I scheduled myself to go live, I go live.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then like I just start setting stuff up. Normally get to where I'm gonna go for like the gaming thing.
Is this going on our Twitter as well that we're live?
It should, because in our advanced options I did say to share on Twitter and Google Plus. Right.
Oh, I'll have to wait for it then.
Right. Technically didn't. So let me try this. No, it's fading over time again for the monthly podcast. So okay, that should be good. We should be live, I think. So if anyone goes to the Brantfurred page, it should say that we're currently live, and then give a link to it there, I think. Let me try it.
Oh, okay. Can you give me a link?
I'm crazy. Yes. Live now. Brantfurred podcast, August. It should say that we're currently
Sweet.
Ooh.
Echo.
And that's us because there is delay.
Yes, there is a little bit of delay as anything with a podcast.
Yeah,
I
anything
mean, a
that you
live
stream.
cast
Yes.
or live stream.
Right,
I
so
love how I'm the
Before we get like super serious into this, I got updates on my fursuit.
Hey!
Kind of.
Kind of.
what do you mean, kind of?
I mean, she has the sculpting done, I think, but she hasn't really said if you use the sculpt you want. She just says like it's done.
Oh, there's the link.
And she wanted me to. She was like, I'm
Copy.
experimenting with eyelids and
Hey,
the
Melanie.
ear placement, and I was like, eyelids.
Yeah, like...
And, yeah, no, I know
Yeah.
what she meant, but I was
Yeah.
like, I didn't ask for eyelids. She's like, oh no, but I wanted to try with magnets, and I was gonna put them in, and I was like, no, because I didn't ask for that.
This is so weird live.
Oh, okay, you don't want that?
Well, I didn't ask for it. I never had to think about it, so I'm just like, no.
Ah,
'Cause,
okay.
You know.
Hey, to each their own.
But she said she'll start referring soon.
For you three,
Yes.
I have the live thing in front of me because I.
So then you have to deal with all the questions.
Actually, I was gonna say if you guys go on your phones to the stream,
My phone's in my pocket.
You can have the chat open and respond as things come in if you want.
Can I just watch?
Well, why can't we just read questions from there and answer all of us?
Because it's so tiny. Anyway,
Well, that's
we'll
why
get
I
to it later.
That's why I said someone will constantly be reading the questions.
Yeah, like, I can read it.
Yeah.
Melanie Cat is out eating.
Yeah. Anyway,
Get back home and listen.
She's eating
Oh my
it.
god, why is my toe asleep?
I'm figuring though what to do for like the future of this is we'd do our podcast like normal, and I hate to say it to the chat, but pretend the chat's not here. And then at the end we can go to like Twitter, and anyone who's tweeted at Brantfurred, we can answer questions at the end or whatever.
That's cool.
I think that would be the best way to do it rather than constantly interrupting to go to the chat, because unlike playing like a game or something where it's a back and forth, we're talking to each other, but it's the point of a podcast, discussing a particular instance or whatever. Like you went to What the Fur.
I did go to What the Fur. Are we launching into it right now?
Yeah, it's a perfect, this fine anywhere place to start.
Okay. So, I took a journey.
Well, first off, welcome everybody.
I took a journey.
We gotta say hello.
Hello!
Podcast.
Brantfurred.
All right, now go.
Sorry, I'm still completely out of it because literally I got through the door and they're like, "Okay, podcast time."
Yeah.
Did you finish the Disaster Artist book?
I did.
Just wait. So I can say the phrase Tommy Wiseau flying vampire car, and you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, I do.
I don't.
I at least finally know who Tommy Wiseau is, so there's
you
that.
Have you ever watched the movie?
No, I haven't, and I don't need to now because I've seen
It's so
I've
bad.
seen enough things on it. I've seen clips of it mashed up with Star Wars.
But I'll fill you in, Pheonix, just really quickly. Apparently, Tommy originally wanted the movie to end with Johnny getting into a car and flying away, and him apparently being a vampire the whole time or something.
Didn't it end with?
No. I wouldn't say a vampire. They like allude to him being a vampire.
Didn't it end with him with the Russo guy being dead though? Like his
Yeah.
character died?
Yeah.
But his original ending he wanted was flying vampire car.
It's good that it died when it needed to.
Yeah, it was something. That book was something else entirely.
Looking forward to the movie.
I was looking forward to the movie originally. However, yes, I listened to an 11-hour audiobook because I had 12 hours of travel, which actually was more like 22 hours of travel, all said and done. transit is not exactly fun, but it's a cheap way of traveling.
So what was it like when you got there? Like, what happened?
Okay.
You got on the train, blah, 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 yada, yada. You get there.
Yeah. Well, I got there, and then my friend came to pick me up. My bus was an hour late, and he's like...
Like, the one getting from the train station to where he's going to pick you up?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, no, he was at the train station.
Oh.
He was at the train station to come pick me up.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you don't know the city, I'm gonna come pick you up. So I'm an hour late, and he's like freaking out a little bit because he's like, am I in the wrong place?
Yeah, so your train was an hour late.
No, just the bus. The bus was an hour late. It was supposed to get there at 6:15. I got there about 7:15.
Okay.
Traveling from Toronto to Montreal.
Okay. Oh, you took the... Right, okay, you didn't take a train. Never mind.
The train was a connector from Aldershot to Toronto.
Yep.
Yes.
That's where my confusion lies.
That's okay.
Come here, kitten.
So anyway, he picks me up and he takes me to the apartment, and I kind of decompress a little bit. We meet some other people who are also staying at his place for the first night.
Yeah.
Somebody brought his 3 ferrets to bring the number up to 5, because my friends have 2 ferrets, and then a friend of theirs has 3 ferrets. So there's 5 ferrets running around this apartment.
Why? Why do they need to bring them?
Because he's staying at their place.
Yeah.
So he has to be able to keep an eye on them. He was also keeping an eye on all 5 ferrets instead of staying at the hotel. So he was like house sitting and pet sitting while also going to the con.
He couldn't leave his ferrets at home and got someone to watch them for him?
I don't know what they decided to do. It's something they worked out. Literally does not affect me at all.
I'm just asking.
Well, no, I have no idea. What they decide to do is their business.
Cheers.
At any rate. So we spend the night kind of getting to know one another. Go to bed. Wake up early. We go for Putin.
Oh.
Oh?
Yeah.
Why?
You said it weird.
Putin. That's how they say it there.
It's because they're French.
Yeah,
You're
Poutine.
not French.
Poutine, whatever.
Je suis français.
Actually,
I'm French.
Waka.
Kara's like, I told her that you were maybe planning on going to be a translator for me, and she's like, Isaac speaks French? And I'm like, yes.
Fluently.
I didn't know he
Really?
spoke French.
Speak French.
You don't know he speaks French?
When does he speak French?
I've spoken French since I was like 5.
Yeah, but I meant in front of me, so that I could hear you speak French.
Well, do you speak French?
Exactly, I don't.
Like,
That's why
so
this...
then there's no reason for me to speak French in front of you.
That's why this surprises me.
Unless he wants to show off.
I'm actually good at reading
Well, then why
French.
haven't you spoken French? You love to show off.
I don't like to show off as much as you think I do.
It's not a
That
dick,
could
it's
be
not
true.
A dick match, you
I
guys.
don't think so, but it could be.
At any rate, so we get to the con, and we get myself registered. I actually bought a pass from somebody who couldn't go anymore.
Oh, we had the same kind of thing happened at AN this year.
Yeah, so there was somebody who was gonna go, and then they couldn't go, and then there was this big kerfuffle because they'd emailed the first staff being like, can we switch tickets?
Yeah.
Can we not? And we apparently never got an email back. But they had already approved it, so
Okay.
it worked out in the end. Long story short. So, I got ready. I sent one of the people I was rooming with down because she said, oh, I'm going to go to the dealer's den right away and see if I can't snag one of the t-shirts because they had a very limited supply this year, which makes a lot of sense considering since it's the last year, they can't sell them anywhere else because there's no...
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, they could, but it's like...
yeah, they could.
It's just like, what are these doing here?
Well, there was for Equinox t-shirts at Anime North a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
that was
true.
like the last of their stock. So they could do it that way.
That's true.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those
Well,
things
last of
where...
stock for that year particularly.
they would need a table or whatever at whatever con, and they don't have anything to advertise anymore because they're done. But anyway, at any rate, so we were able to take. They only had extra larges left. They had sold out of every other size. So we were able to get our 2 t-shirts. So I was happy. I was like, whew, got a t-shirt. And then yeah, I just kind of scoped out the dealer's den. My friend Dex introduced me to a bunch of his friends that he knew. from Ottawa and Quebec, those furs. And then we had the opening ceremonies, which was great. There was a chocolate tasting.
Ooh.
Yeah, they had a premium chocolate tasting at every opening ceremonies. They had about 20 different varieties of chocolate.
I'd probably only like 7 of
So
them.
jelly.
Yeah, and then the first time they're saying you're allowed 4 of the regular chocolates and 4 of the sugar-free chocolates, so to let everyone have a sample. Mm-hmm. And then once everyone had a sample, you could come back. I ended up coming back 2 more times. You will actually, on my Facebook, I shared a picture that's 15 pieces of chocolate. That was from the last run I had done because there's just little bits and pieces left. It was really, really good. They're all local chocolates, from local stores in Montreal.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was actually really neat. And they had the bars, the wrappers to show what each one was, which was really cool. So that was pretty good. And then we went down to a tea social for the Galaxy teas. I tried, the sauce bunny, the hot sauces
Yes.
I got at FE.
Yes.
So Felly, who runs the con, he was the con chair.
I still have that video. We never did anything
I
with
know.
it.
But anyway, Felly, who runs the con, does the dark bunny sauces. And at the tea social, Rocket, who is doing the teas, he has Galaxy teas.
Rocket?
Yeah.
Galaxy teas?
Galaxy teas. I think he's a badger.
Aww.
I know,
No
you wanted
trash
to be a
panda for
raccoon.
you.
What?
The no trash panda for you.
Well, it's just Rocket, Galaxy, Guardians?
Yeah, he runs Galaxy Tea, which is a sci-fi tea company.
Ha.
You missed the chance to be a trash panda.
Yeah.
At any rate, like I said,
One of me.
disappointing.
I think he's a badger. I'm not 100% sure. At any rate,
The raccoon-ish.
he had a
In
bottle of candies that were Earl Grey, his Earl Grey tea, made by Felly. They're Earl Grey hot sauce candies. Remember I got the Terrified Trash Panda in coffee?
Yes.
It also comes in Earl Grey.
Yes.
This is a candy form of that hot sauce.
Ah, nice. Did you try it?
Yes, I did.
Was it good?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
My friend who was with me, it literally touched her tongue. She licked it and went, "Nope, do you want this?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I had 2 of them in my mouth at once. And I'm just
She
there.
licked it.
Yeah, so? I don't give a damn.
How is the trash panda the cleanest one here?
I never said it wasn't clean. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't usually.
Anyway,
give a shit
I
either.
wouldn't do that myself.
I don't usually give a shit either. I'm just putting on. I'm just
You put it
reacting.
up front?
Yeah, I'm putting up a front.
Yeah.
I'm faking it.
Break your walls down, man.
So anyway, I had 2.
I'll break your walls
I had
down.
2 hot sauce candies. Everyone else is like, whew, whew, after one. I've got 2 of them in there.
And you're like, this is fine.
I'm like, this is fine.
It's just her tongue is the dog and everything else is on fire because it's her mouth. This is fine.
This is fine.
So I had some tea, and then I ended up staying up till 3 a.m. playing some board games with some people. So that was really fun.
Board games are always fun.
Yeah.
What games?
I played Pandemic, I played Dixit, and I played Codenames.
I think I've played Codenames before.
I
Codenames
have
was
heard of
interesting.
none of those things.
Oh, there
But
are
good for
so
you.
many board games that I had never
Absolutely.
heard of before.
Dixit is actually really fun. I'm gonna see if I can't get a copy.
Is that is CKS or is that X?
No, X.
That's what I thought.
Dixit.
That's I assumed it was, but then the pervert part of me is like, Dixit?
You never
I
know.
was gonna say, speaking of board games, I still need to get the last expansion set for Snake Oil. 'Cause I fucking love that game.
Yeah, no, I'm planning on getting a copy of Dixit because it's so off the wall, abstract, and weird.
I have one question before you continue.
Yes,
Because I was going to ask it later on, earlier, but I missed my chance.
go for it.
Was registering easy?
Yes. Actually, it wasn't bad. I had to fill out a little form, and mine was already prepaid because the other person had paid it, but they were taking cash, credit, debit, whatever. And I have a badge. They had ripped off the old name that was on there and label maker.
Yeah.
Put on a new one.
Riff. Poof. Done.
Yeah. But I got the same number as the other person, so
yeah.
it was just literally just a name swap.
You were a different person for a whole
Yeah.
week.
And I had to show ID.
Yeah.
As you usually do with these things. So I had to show ID and
That sucks.
Why?
I don't have any picture ID.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, fuck, you've probably already heard solutions for that.
Yeah, there's a problem with that. I need picture ID to get picture ID. So, you know.
Catch 22.
Legitimately, I went to go do that to get, like, the age of majority card,
Yeah.
and you need a health card with your picture on it. Like, that defeats the purpose of the age of majority card. And they're like, we can't take your red and white card, you need picture health card. I'm like, well, then I already have picture ID and I don't need to be here.
A lot of places actually don't accept even the picture health cards as ID.
I know.
Which...
It just seems stupid that to get ID, I needed ID, you know? Like...
I remember a few years back, were they going to change picture ID to, like, thumbprint health card ID or something stupid like that?
No, but now what they're going to do is
I never heard of that one.
What they're essentially going to do now is if I don't change my health card soon, I'm going to be cut off from everything, and nothing is going to work, and I'll have no healthcare coverage at all whatsoever. It'll be obsolete.
Yeah, they haven't told that to me yet.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
I still have the red and white.
I was at the hospital a while ago, and they already nailed a nurse who works there with her old health cards, and she got a mail, like a letter, and it said, your health card is obsolete now, change it.
Oh, I've got that in the mail. I still use mine.
I haven't got mine yet, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue with the story.
Yeah. Anyway, so registration was fine. So yeah, I played board games. We went to bed. My friends were like, "Hey, do you want a wake-up call for breakfast?" I said, "Sure." We had breakfast.
Is it continental?
We had the buffet downstairs. That's the thing they do is they like having the breakfast buffet because basically they have 2 meals. They have a buffet and then something else.
Yeah.
So I ate as much bacon as I possibly could.
You are a canine, aren't you?
Yeah. They had sausage and bacon, and I was a very happy jackal. They also had mini croissants. Oh. I see them, and I'm like, croissants!
It's like this big?
Yeah.
Oh.
Little itty bitty croissants.
Cute.
Actually, they were still warm. They were really good.
Good.
I love French pastry.
Here's the stupid thing, though. As we're eating breakfast, I'm flipping through the book, and I realize, oh shit, Fursuit Games started at 9 a.m.
Was it like 10
Oh, wow.
when you were eating?
Yeah. No, it was like 9:30 while I was eating. I was in the middle of breakfast.
Oh, so you couldn't participate.
So I couldn't participate because who the fuck puts Fursuit Games at 9 in the goddamn morning?
People who hope that that their fursuiters aren't going to be sweaty as fuck from an afternoon of walking around the car.
That's what I was thinking.
People who don't want drunk fursuiters and
or hungover ones.
That's the problem. Hungover ones, because there's a lot of drinking.
I was gonna say there's so much drinking done at these cons that they're probably still drunk. They're not hungover yet.
Yeah. At any rate, it's one of those things where apparently they had the room booked for 2 hours for Fursuit Games.
Yeah.
They used maybe an hour of it because what fursuiters did end up showing up got tired, and they couldn't do anymore because it's 9 in the morning, which means they had to wake up extra early to get there or whatever. And it's one of those things where at FurCons, people still up late because they're chilling with their friends and doing events and having room parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Why would you have a big event first thing in the morning instead of something like, I always think you need the fluffier stuff in the morning, like your meet and greets, your social stuff where it's like, where it's like, oh, I missed it. Oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. Fursuit Games is a major event for FurCons. It's at every FurCon I've been to thus far, it's either right ahead or right after the parade, with like a half an hour to an hour break in between the two events.
To get like water yourself up.
To get water, cool yourself down, relax, whatever, because it's one big fursuit event to another big fursuit event, which makes sense because then you are you're already like in your suit, you're pumped, you're whatever, and you don't have to go too far usually between the two rooms to sign up for like from one to get out to the other.
Well, that sucks.
I know, so I missed Fursuit Games entirely because it was right in the middle and I was eating breakfast, and we had woken up fairly early to go to breakfast, or so we thought.
Yeah, well, because normally con stuff, even at AN, things don't really start until I think Friday. The con doesn't even start till 5.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is
like
the
PM.
That's annoying.
It used to be like that. I thought with Anime North, I thought they had moved it up a little bit in the last couple years that I went, but the con didn't open till 5 o'clock. So you had all these people coming in and just kind of. Huh?
5 o'clock PM.
PM.
Okay.
So
on the Thursday?
Oh no, the Friday.
What?
Yeah, it's the same thing for Anime North.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, so, well, especially...
Then again, I'm used to bigger cons like Effie and, like, it's called Fan Expo. Yeah. They open late on the Thursday, but it's like, even then, I think it's
At,
the like VIPs get in at 3, and everyone else is in at 5. Yeah.
at Fernal, as far as I could remember from the last couple times, like opening ceremonies is like at 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like on Friday, like there's still a good chunk of panels are on Friday.
Yeah.
This one opened very, very late, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do after the fact, like on the Friday. Then, as I said, like the first 2 games was like at 9 o'clock. So then, as I said, okay, so I kind of had a little bit of downtime. We did the parade. Parade was fine, except for the fact that it double backed on itself, which is not something you want to do. So they had us go into the dealer's den and make a circle around. Dealer's den only has 1 entrance and exit.
Oh no.
So all the fursuiters who were trying to get out to continue the parade route had the fursuiters going in, still going through that same door. So it kind of caused a little bit of a traffic jam while we were kind of waiting for the suitors to either file in or file out.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Which is
Oh god, it's just a bunch of plush jamming up into each other.
yeah. So that's not something that
that's
you.
a fur pile.
Yeah, it's not something you
It
really
was a fur
wanna
pile,
do.
yes.
And it's the same thing that happened at the FE parade on the Sky Bridge, where it double backed on the Sky Bridge,
Yeah.
and it caused a lot of
I've never
a
been
big
to the
pile
Sky
up.
Bridge. Is it pretty?
It's just it's a connecting glass walkway.
It's not as high up as you think.
Oh,
No, it's like
It's literally like 1 floor up.
that's fine. I've just never been there.
yeah. I actually
It's pretty cool.
I ended up going to the Westin while I was in transit from Toronto to Montreal.
Oh really?
Because I needed to pee and I couldn't find a bathroom, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the hotel where FE was at.
I know where the bathrooms are there.
Because I know where the bathrooms are there. And then I realized that the bus terminal that I needed to be at was way farther than I thought it was.
Oh.
I had 1.9 kilometers to walk.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was way farther, and I had half an hour to get there.
Well, I mean that's doable, but I mean not with a
I
suitcase.
would have just cabbed it at that point.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it.
What did you do?
I walked.
Oh.
I booted it.
That would have killed lesser furs.
Yeah. So anyway, so I had the first super parade was fine. We came back, got pizza, devoured it.
I bet.
Which is something that I like to do when I go to cons. If I'm gonna get pizza, I go to a place that's local.
Yeah.
Always go for a local place, not a chain, just a mom and pop whatever shop.
Like we did like every day at FE.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good food too.
I actually went there for lunch.
Oh nice.
When I was going. That's when I realized, oh shit, I gotta start moving. Shit. So we got pizza and devoured it. And then again, I stayed up till 3 in the morning. And then Sunday was just kind of a lounge day. We did a couple like little things. Picked up all of our commissions that were done, that kind of thing.
I'd like to see the commissions you got while you were there.
I actually don't have it.
Oh no.
It was take home. I'm gonna get it mailed to me.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
The only
I was gonna say take home. Wouldn't that mean you have it?
No, that means
No.
they have no time at the con to take
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
they take it home.
yeah,
with them.
it's
Okay.
homework. I'm getting it mailed out.
Yeah.
The only thing that I actually commissioned was another badge by Okami.
Oh, kimono.
Yeah, Okami Kimono.
I love their art.
I know. I'm getting one with a giant pickle.
Of course.
I actually don't have any badges with the squish pickle, so.
I made you a badge with a pickle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
You
did-
are correct.
I did you a picture with the pickle.
Yeah.
Should I like edit our podcast screen to have you with a pickle?
No,
just sling it over that arm there. Just Photoshop it in poorly.
I'm sorry. You are correct. You did a pickle. You drew me a picture with a
I
pickle.
did.
Put pickle away.
Put a pickle away. At any rate, so I am getting a badge from him, but it was take home. It was like literally, I think me and my friend, who was the person right in front of me, we were the last, like we were the cutoff for take home, so we didn't
Good.
get ours done at the
Good
con.
chance then. Friggin' you nailed it.
Yeah. So she was 11, I was 12, and we were like the first take homes. Even she needs our references, by the way. She was complaining at me.
I know. I just
You gotta get a whole new one.
I'm doing.
I
I'm
need
just
to
doing
get
so
one.
much stuff.
I don't have one.
I mean,
for Kip.
essentially I just need to send her what is it, Maddie,
I know
and then like
I am an
pose
artist.
or whatever.
I mean, me too,
Or-
and I still
Yeah,
have my own rough sheets.
you need
So
to
I'm like, I
give her
can't
like
be bothered.
a
Let's have
design
us
of
do
what you want exactly.
Rough sheets
You
are
need
so-
like a pose and to
Well,
send her.
So, you know I'm
boring.
terrible
Yeah,
at
it's
that,
like,
right?
Yeah, well, tell that to her.
I mean,
She's the one who has to draw
we
the
could
thing
art
for
trade
you.
one.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. 'Cause
No,
no.
No. Well,
No.
I thought you
No.
had a ref. Oh no, that's a Foxen ref.
Yeah,
you need a Kip ref.
You should just like change. You should Photoshop the colors of Kip or onto Foxen, and then just done. There he is.
I could. I mean, my characters are very plain, so it wouldn't be very hard.
By the way, you were always saying about how like Foxen is the most unimaginative name for a fox in the fandom.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I found one even more quote unquote generic / bland.
Is
What's
it
his
like
name?
Fox?
Just Fox?
Fox with 2 X's.
Fox. He's got a little sass on there, a little sparkle.
He was running the board game night, like the board game room.
Hi, I'm Fox. The Fox.
No, you gotta say it Fox. You gotta
Fox.
You gotta in there.
Yes.
Fox.
And Fox actually works for the pizza place that we ordered from.
He
so.
should be part snake at that point.
Nice.
He can actually be
So
Fox.
he was pimping the place, so I was like, okay, sure, we'll order from here.
I think Foxen's a really unique name, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's better than, like, fucking Flash Star the Firefox.
Haven't we also
Well,
seen Fox
I mean-
the Ghostbuster?
What?
That's Auto Foxen.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, and yeah, I did see him.
But
actually-
his
actually,
name tag just says Foxen.
Well, yeah, it's
The last name, isn't it?
no, his first name is not Otto.
Oh.
But that would be like Otto is such an underrated first name. Like,
How does he, like, is it A-U-T-O?
No, it's OTTO.
Okay. Like Otter.
such an
almost.
underrated first
Like
name.
like the bus driver Otto from The Simpsons.
Ah, okay. I know that reference.
There you go.
You would eventually.
+1.
Yeah. So actually, in the Fursuit Parade, let's tell the numbers. At the con, there was 509 people.
Nice.
This is the first year they broke 500.
Awesome.
And the last.
And the last year. And there was 109 suitors, I believe, in the parade.
Oh, that's a good chunk. That's like about a quarter, I guess, maybe.
50 or 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was right. Roughly right.
Yeah.
For
So anyway, so the last day we're just kind of packing up, moving slowly, this and that. And then we went to the closing ceremonies, and I think everyone got teary-eyed.
because it was the last
Because it was the last one, and if there's anything that I take away from the whole experience, it's that furries are very sentimental people.
Okay, so we'll have to start our own con in Ottawa
Why Ottawa?
or
Brantford
Montreal.
Sucks.
I was gonna say because I think
Because
Ken
it's
Ferenc
close.
has
It's
Ottawa.
because it's close to Montreal.
And I hate to say Ken Ferenc
well,
is also
hey,
kind of the last person I want to
I
encroach on.
technically
that's
own
true, yeah.
land in Quebec. We could just build a convention center and have it there.
How do you?
It's
Actually, as I said,
Your family?
Yeah.
Ah,
Dex actually wants me to keep him updated on our plans for Brantfurred the con. He's like, the entire time I'm there, he's like, so what would you take away from this for Brantfurred the con?
I didn't even know that was going to be a thing.
it was technically a plan way back when.
Do we even have a place we would hold it?
No, I did check out a few venues in around Brantford. So far, the best one.
Probably the Civic Center.
I actually didn't check that one out. The best one that has a hotel would be the Best Western.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Because I thought we actually had a convention. We actually had a convention center here, but it's now.
Isaac is laughing because he's fooling around with text.
Yeah, he's put Brantford the con TM.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Quickly, actually
Brantford
trademark
Podcast, the con, TM.
No, Brantford podcast, the con, the experience, the ride.
it. Two.
And a half.
Anyway,
The fluffier.
so what happened is one of the people had
Con
commissioned
Con artist.
a 100-person your character here.
Oh
Oh
shit!
my goodness.
That blows my 26 out of the water.
Your
Yeah,
26 blew me out of the water
yeah.
already, so I'm already up in the stratosphere at this point.
Yeah. So there was a 100 character, your character here, that got
Was it in
auctioned off.
Oh.
The money went directly to Felly.
Oh, cool.
Because apparently, and now this is just what I've heard and speculation. I don't actually know 100%. I was told potentially the reason why What the Fur was closing its doors is because it wasn't making a profit. So there were years that Felly paid out of pocket to cover the expenses for the con because it had it had gone in the red.
Yeah.
It didn't make enough money to cover the costs.
Well, that's so nice.
So they actually auctioned off this. It was a really big print.
It would have to be.
Yeah. I always thought like a banner.
Yeah, it was kind of like a banner, but it wasn't quite like so long. It was still wide, but not like banner wide.
Like the most I could fit on a single 8.5 by 11 was 26, and like those characters are just big enough that you can tell who's who.
Yeah. At any rate, so they raised $450.
Nice.
For that went to Felly, and then the person who bought it gave the poster to Felly.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
like, I'm giving, like, this is going straight to Felly.
That's actually a pretty good discount. That's like $4.50 per character.
I was going to say, that's way under what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Well, no, I don't know how much...
It was an auction. It wasn't, like, a donation drive.
But I was
so
still expecting
it's $450 from one person.
I guess.
Yeah, but I don't know, like, how much the slots were.
True.
I don't know how much, like, the slots that the people actually paid. Because originally what it was... is it started off as, like, here's some of the staff. Like, this person commissioned a picture with this many staff members.
Yeah.
And then the artist opened it as your character here, and more people were like, oh, I'll take a spot, I'll take a spot, I'll take a spot, until it grew into this, like, big 100-person picture.
That's essentially everyone who was in a furry suit. Or fursuit.
I guess.
Oh, at the con.
Yeah.
100 character, 109 fursuiters.
Yeah. Another thing that they got is all of the previous guests of honor went ahead and drew what they called, I think it was the 8 or the 9 bunnies. Felly's is a rabbit, and it's Felly, or a black rabbit, which I think was supposed to be Felly, dressed up in each of the themes for the con in one big print from one,
oh, nice.
Each one from each guest of honor from the previous years, and they presented that to him. There was a whole bunch of other things too. A lot of thanks. Pekesh, when Pekesh went up, that's when I lost it and I started crying. Pekesh, of course, was one of the co-founders of Fernal Equinox. I think he has since stepped down, but he was like the con chair, I believe, of Fernal back in the day. And Felly's thing was, he said, I have 500 friends at this event. You're all my friends. Thank you very much for being here with me, whatever. And Pekesh invited him, come to FE and be my friend too.
Oh.
And that's when his voice was cracking, and it was clear this was extremely emotional, and I started like,
the ugly cry.
This is so beautiful. So there's that. They had a video of a bunch of like pictures and video from previous years set to music that they presented, saying, thank you for the time and thank you for being with us these years.
I know it was emotional. I just hope they didn't use Green Day's "Time of Your Life" for the video.
No.
Gay.
They used another song.
I didn't mean to say gay. I'm like, yeah, yay.
At least I don't think they did. I think they used another song.
Hopefully not.
I think they used another song. I don't think it was Green Day, "Time of Our Lives."
It's just,
which was like every graduation song.
Right.
Ever. At any rate, so there was that. Again, it was a very emotional period of time, the closing ceremonies, and Dex, who had only been there, like, this is his second year going, he's like, I've been to the last year of cons before. I don't think one has hit me in the gut quite as much as this one.
Aww.
Because he was there for the last year of Condition. He was there for the last year of another con. I can't quite remember.
Cons ending left, right, and center.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I can actually say...
Yeah, maybe he's causing them to close. It's a conspiracy.
I can actually say at this point that I have witnessed the death of a con.
Ouch. She just got real, man.
Or two, actually.
I was going to say...
Weren't you at the last Condition?
No,
oh.
I didn't go the last year.
We didn't go to the last Condition, and apparently it was a bit of a shit show, so it's kind of...
Oh, yeah, everyone just kind of phoned it in at that point.
Yeah.
Well,
from what
I
I
knew,
hear,
it was already going to be done.
Yeah. Dex said he had a good time with it. He's like literally the only person that I've talked to or heard from that said that they had a good time.
Yeah,
I'm a noob when it comes to the fur con scene, so I've never been to any yet.
Yeah. I think we had a podcast when Condition first closed on how much of a shit show it was. So if you're interested to know how that was, then obviously go back. I can't think of what it's titled right now. I'd have to go and check, but
maybe it's titled "Shit Show."
I don't think we did, because I think that happened before we started this podcast.
No,
I don't know. You guys have podcasts
last year
pretty
Condition.
far.
The last year of Condition, yeah.
You guys talked about it before. 'Cause
I think Condition was over before we met.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
So then, yeah, there wouldn't be a podcast.
Yeah. Cause
maybe I'm just remembering that when you guys talked to me about it, like, in person.
Yeah, because you were... I
know we've talked about it.
Yeah, you were already, like, reminiscing. It wasn't just like, I can't wait to go next year. It was, like...
Yeah.
It was
Condition was a really good con.
This was a good con. It's over now.
Yeah.
It's over!
Yeah, I do think that... Actually, Dex tells me... He met up with one of the founders of Condition at Motor City this past year.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm still
Cajun has offered him Polarski.
The last one? Or Motor City?
Motor City.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
so apparently, like, Zephyr has some pieces of Polarski, and Cajun has some pieces of Polarski, and they both offered it to him.
I could have, but then I just didn't get my passport.
Which I just found was very interesting.
Why? Where's Motor City?
Well, it's about a...
Yeah.
I've heard... Just kind of
Detroit,
rumoring a lot of
sure.
kind of the London furs have been just selling off a lot of their characters and stuff. So, and especially considering the Condition is over and it's been over
I was
for
actually, like, across the river
years now.
Like I could look over and see.
I imagine that it's more or less
just
getting rid of it to free up the space.
Teresa Caputo, that's who I was going to say. The Long Island medium.
Oh, I wondered why that name sounded familiar.
The funny thing is if we look over on the bay and Detroit was over there, there's like. You know the helicopters that, like, look for bodies in the water?
Yeah.
For, like, an hour, just kept going back and forth. And I'm like, oh!
Someone died.
Oh! I think we saw the, like, Coast Guard also come up, and I was like, oh! Well, that's fun.
But anyway...
Hey, look, there's Detroit. Someone died.
That's what I was like...
At least we're not Detroit.
We're not Detroit!
I was, like, a bridge away from it, though.
Yeah. So long story short, to take away from this...
in Detroit. I should not make fun.
I had a good time. It was a lot of travel. It was one of those things, if they were having another year, would I go again? Maybe, depending on the situation.
If you had someone to travel with?
It's
if you could drive, would you go again?
Well, it's not even so much that. It's just, it's a while away, and it's...
Yeah, it's like 6 hours.
It's
7 hours.
money.
Spend a whole week in there or something.
Yeah, again, it's not necessarily the time of travel. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Because
you have to connect back and forth, and then it's also the hotel and everything else.
That's why I mentioned, like, if you were to drive, and by you as in just be in a car that was driving there, would you go again? Because that cuts out a lot of the, like...
The costs, because then it's just shared gas costs.
Yeah.
And when me and my grandma went for a week, we went the back roads, so it was a lot faster, because she knows. And then the ferry we went on was, like, half-hour tops. Oh, then we were already in Montreal.
Yeah.
Done.
So, again, it's one of those things where it's, especially doing 2 cons, like, some people can do the 2 cons or more per year. I find, especially with it being so close to Effie, it's very draining.
I don't understand how people can make, like, that's their entire lives.
It's going from con to con to con.
Yeah, I'm like, how?
How do you get money for this?
Not even that. How do you survive that? You have no time to stop and just recharge your batteries. You're just boom, 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 boom.
Well, I guess... It's one of those things, if you're an extroverted person, you actually gain energy from the energy of people around you. So if you're always in that boisterous...
But even at some point, even though we are creatures of social, at some point, everyone needs time alone. And if you're constantly going to cons, you're never really alone.
I guess.
Let's see. Got a single hotel room.
But even still, there's still shit going on. People are still going to be noisy. You can still hear, like...
For me, it's one of those things where I don't understand where, A, the money, and B, how they get the time off.
Or
those are 2 huge things.
I wonder if a lot of people are...
rich?
That, and it's their money because they're, like, artists. And I know some people... Their entire job is going to cons and, like, selling their own merch and their pins and their prints, and that's kind of how they do it, and that's how they fund the next con, which, again, would be incredibly draining, even on an art standpoint for me.
Yeah, that's like living paycheck to paycheck.
Which we do, but that's beside the point.
It's paycheck to paycheck, but you have 3 days to make that money.
Exactly, that's the part. Like,
and
you
then
paycheck to paycheck, you have weeks to be able to know you're making your money.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's one of those things where, from what I saw at the dealer's den, I can't obviously say for every single person. I don't actually I didn't see that many people buying too much stuff.
Like, well, I think that's every con now.
No, at AAN, the dealer's den is always packed.
Yep, that doesn't mean
Artist
people
Alley-
are buying things.
Yes, they were. There was people with freaking like entire suitcases with just merchandise that they had bought.
Granted, this is comparing an anime con to a furry con.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
aware.
true.
I mean, I only have
It's
experience
easier.
in
I think it's
AAN.
easier to
So
I was gonna say, with
buy
my,
stuff at
just-
an
What I
anime
was
con
actually
or a Comic-Con
surprised-
than it
Sorry.
would be at a fur con.
I was gonna say, just from my experiences with both of them, in an anime con, they have things. They have manga. They have merchandise. They have actual stuff from actual franchises. Whereas at a furry con,
Everything's
there's
proprietary.
a fun of them, but most of them, most of them's proprietary. It's commissions. It's things like that. So it's
buttons.
it's a big difference of what you're buying
It's a lot of
between the two.
buttons.
So Anime North will be packed
Yeah.
because you're getting imports from Japan of stuff that you can't get normally.
Yeah.
Like the Shovel Knight amiibo that Pheonix got me.
Oh, nice.
Or things like that. So it's stuff you could get normally, or you can't get normally.
Yeah, I guess that
and
makes sense.
It's stuff you could get every day essentially. Whereas at a FurCon, it's commissions for
Yeah.
the most part.
See, again,
Yeah,
I have no experience.
Commissions or homemade things that they bring.
Yeah.
I actually spent more time in the artist alley for shit like that at AN this year than I did in the dealer's den.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I was surprised? There was no one selling plushies.
Wow, really?
What?
There was not a single plush dealer in the entire dealer's den. Actually, like stuffed animals. Like there was a couple maybe handmade ones here and there, but not like exclusively that. And there was
That
no
seems like
stuffed animal plushie.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Especially
Maybe
if it's the last one.
maybe next year.
I'm
Um,
surprised there wasn't. Was there like the fuck is the word? What the hell is the word? Whatever. I'm not switching myself.
We're live, so whatever
fursuit
goes.
props. That's the word.
no,
Not even
No,
that either.
no props.
no props.
No props.
The only
no
thing,
plush.
the only things that
That's-
there was two.
That's two of the three main P's right there.
There was two fursuit builders selling.
So oh.
So it's one selling like one was selling like pre-made tails, ears,
Yeah.
paws, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The other person was actually selling pre-made fursuit pieces like noses,
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
things like
Like
that,
claws
claws, noses, that sort of
Teeth,
thing,
things like that,
teeth.
yeah.
Was there a
um,
porn section?
Not a section, but obviously
All of it.
with commissions.
Okay,
There
so
was-
at least they had one of the three main
There was a
P's.
lot of people selling art commissions, and a couple people selling, like the perler bead thingies.
Oh yeah,
Just to
I like to call those
to quickly
8-bit
add in
plastic.
here, one of our chat members has specifically said that there actually was some plush stuff for the
Ah.
Win and Twilight Nights. For the first two people, I guess were their names.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, and there may have been plush stuff, but it also depends on what you saw versus what they saw. So
For the Win, I actually think I remember them.
For the win? I've
Yeah.
heard of that
Yeah,
too.
Further One was the one that was also selling the noses and things.
Because they make
I didn't
plushies.
actually see the.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I've heard of them.
I'll come up
Yeah.
with the plush place in a second.
Like I was thinking of Made for You,
But,
but I know for
you
the
keep
win.
I didn't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
see the fursuit props that
I
they
know that
had.
name
All
too.
I saw
Yeah.
was like the pieces, accessories, etc.
You know, for being a furry for as long as I have, I'm really out of the loop.
but
I mean, me too. So
I mean, you want to talk about people who are out of the loop? I do nothing but stream all day. Like the world is passing
Yeah, but
by.
at least
and
you've
last
been
week
to
tonight
Yeah,
stopped
yeah, but you're
updating.
like connected to the internet. Shouldn't you like already know?
Yeah, but last week tonight stopped updating on YouTube, and it makes me so sad.
I love
'Cause
Last Week
'Cause
Tonight.
here's the bit
John
last week.
Oliver is my bro.
Here's the bit, is that initially it was
Man crush.
that for whatever reason a couple months ago,
Bromance.
Canada
Yeah.
and a couple of other countries stopped getting the episodes that they aired, so we get them like 3 to 4 weeks later minimum.
Aww.
And they have not had a single update one way or the other concerning the Last Week Tonight episode for like almost 4 weeks at minimum. Like not even like the signs of.
Are they
oh,
on
I can walk-
hiatus?
Maybe they're on hiatus, but I don't know.
I think I had got a post that they had an episode like this last week.
Damn it.
overall, though,
Apparently, the person selling plush was Loopy Wolf. What
Oh.
their business was or not, I don't know. But
Okay.
that is the person who was. So just
Loopy
to
Wolf.
yeah, but that's still only like for
Yeah.
what we've gathered, one
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
just
was.
still.
It was not, especially compared to FE this year, because you remember how big the dealers in FE was. It was jam fucking packed.
Yeah.
This was a very small dealer's den in comparison.
Was the Artist Alley at least given considerate thought?
Artist Alley was right outside the door for the dealer's den. So
that's
you
not
walked.
anymore.
Yeah. So that's kind
You
of
walked.
standard.
No. What he's talking about.
FE.
FE. So for this one, you walk down the hallway. It's a dead end hallway. It opens to a door. So you have the dealer's den in one room, and then just outside the door for the dealer's den is the artist alley extending towards the dead end of the hallway.
Kind of like how FE had
Kind
it.
of how FE had it.
At the old hotel.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a good setup.
Now at FE, the artist alley is in the games room,
Yeah, and that was so bad.
and it's
because,
not in the con book that it's in the games room.
Yeah, and there wasn't even a sign saying Artist Alley in here. We actually had to get them make up like a fucking piece of paper, stick it to games room, and there's like piece of
draw
paper
the, like,
and
thing.
plus Artist Alley.
That seems like a terrible, because
That was
at
an
least
awful
putting
spot.
it
It was-
outside of a dealer's den. People are going that way to spend money.
It
At a
was a-
games room,
yeah.
they're not.
Yeah, it was a huge oversight.
Unless that is a games room full of arcade machines, then they're going to spend money.
Yeah, really. It's a
I
games
have-
room, but it's pay to play.
You guys make it all sound so fun and glamorous.
The
Yeah.
good thing is the games room at
We hated this, we hated that, we hated everything.
games room
But
at
it was
What the
fun.
Fur was 24 hours.
Oh, that's great.
So
I
they
love
had
that.
they had a 24-hour games room, never stopped. So that was all right.
The fun doesn't stop.
Until you run out of quarters. Oh.
Oh.
No, that was board games.
You gotta play what?
Wait, you had to pay
Games that make
quarters
you
to play-
bored?
Yeah, board games. It was board games. The games room
Yeah.
was board games.
But you had to pay with quarters?
No, he's
No, he's
making
talking about the
art.
arcade.
I was like, what?
Let's talk about the arcade machines that were non-existent.
Okay, I got
We don't need to
confused there for a
confuse
moment.
Phoenix anymore, okay?
Hey,
Except-
I only
except
made this twice
2000
this
and-
entire podcast.
2000
Right?
Yeah, but it was very
15.
recently.
Maybe not.
There was an arcade, I think, because it was the video game.
Well, that was their theme.
Just
For them to not have an arcade
Their
machine at an
thing-
arcade-themed
their theme-
con would have just been like a huge missed opportunity.
But their theme was arcade games, and they had one machine.
Well, I mean,
I think
they're
had
not
one-
exactly
It was
cheap.
it was a
Yeah.
custom-made
Yes.
machine.
They're really expensive.
No, it was a custom-made machine specifically for the con.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I owned one once.
Yeah.
I
like,
know,
in
I
my
know a guy
house.
who's actually made one. Actually, I work with him.
I think my stepdad got mine. He used to be one of the people who would go in and clean out like old buildings before they were demolished. You know the place right beside the Sanderson Center?
Yeah.
That's in a parking lot? Well,
Yeah.
there used to be really tall buildings there. He was one of the guys who went in and cleaned it all out before they were able to demolish it to build the parking lot there, and he just brought home stuff.
Yeah.
I've actually read an article about that where you will find what are essentially abandoned arcade machine graveyards, where where you have
Oh my god, I want to hit one of those. I just want the case.
an arcade goes down, and it's cheaper to just abandon the entire building than move everything. So they just close the building down, and sometimes people go into these buildings, and usually they're in the basement, and you'll see like rows of arcade machines that have just been sitting there for the last 15, 20, whatever years.
That is him hitting my nope sensor.
Money.
I'm just gonna nope out of that one right now.
What?
Just on the arcade.
That would just be so terrifying and creepy for me. You
Oh
kidding?
no! Well, the only thing that would be terrifying is if they suddenly turned on.
Well, that would be the what would scare me more than anything else. Like, are they gonna turn on? When the fuck that would glow? What the shit? Am I hearing buzzing?
And then you just hear in the background like the sound of a quarter going into the machine.
Holy shit! There would be a
Brantfurred-
It's like nope.
There'd be a me-sized hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Beside the fucking glass door.
It's just like, oh my
Gone.
god. It was like, she run through that wall? Yeah, we're in the basement. That's dirt. That's concrete on the other side of that.
She just tunnels through up to the.
Nope.
I would have been okay until you said it was in the basement. And then like, well, everything bad happens in the goddamn basement. I don't want to be murdered by freaking like the ghosts of gamers.
I lived
This should
in
be
my
the
parents'
premise of
basement.
our new horror movie, Arcade Graveyard.
That would be such a cool movie, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Arcade Graveyard, yeah.
I'd fucking
You'd have to
watch
get
that.
so
Oh
many
my god,
licensees,
yeah.
though.
Well,
It'd be no more than Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph needed.
that's
Yeah,
true.
but that's Disney.
Yeah, they can afford those
But
licenses.
no, I was gonna say.
Then
though,
again, anyone can afford a Sega license. Like, jeez.
Oh, Sonic, you slut.
on the point of arcade machines, I was actually watching a video recently, and pinball machines were actually labeled as gambling and placed in casinos prior to World War II.
Really?
And it had to be proven in a court of law that pinball was a game of skill after the war for them to be allowed to be in arcades and not completely and totally banned in the U.S.
Not only that, like, you're just going for a high score. You don't get anything.
Yeah.
So how is it gambling?
I don't.
I have
really
no
see it as a
idea,
game
but
of
that was
skill.
that
yeah,
was
it's definitely a game of skill.
pinball is a game of skill.
Okay, sorry, you two. Goddamn.
But no, people
Easy.
labeled it as like a game of chance because you place your quarter, which is your gambling, and then you hope to get the high score, whatever the case was, whether they dispense tickets at certain arcades or whatever the case was.
I suppose.
But they got this massively bad reputation because of that they got put next to slot machines in casinos.
I feel like slot machines are really boring.
Oh yeah, they're
They are. It's just like...
The thrill of a win is exciting, but slot machines are boring.
Yeah, I had
gonna
one
say,
where-
They don't even do... There's not even that many that have the handle anymore.
It's
But, like,
just press a button.
Yeah, yeah, but everyone associates slot machines with that handle.
I had a
It
little one.
says the one who went to that like all slot machine website or whatever for the $5 free and played it for like 3 days.
Straight?
I'm
Addict.
assuming yes.
I haven't touched that website in like literally 2.5 years.
But I'm saying
Good
you
thing.
did.
I had
Good thing we don't need to lose you again.
I had a small little slot machine that when you pulled the thing down, it shocked you.
Oh!
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah, and I didn't tell anybody. I told them, "Oh, you put it down, it gets a gumball. It's fun. It's right?" And
Yeah,
it's
because
water.
everyone knows that
Yeah,
those
so-
the ones that have the gumballs inside exist.
Yeah, I'm like, "Hey, you want to try it?" They're like, "Okay." And to the point where I wanted my brother to try it, and
we didn't get gum.
he knew it shocked people, and I bugged him to try it so goddamn hard that he was like, "No, get the fuck away from me." To the point where my mom said, "Stop being a pussy, try it. It's not gonna hurt that bad. Look, I'll try it. Look, it's fine. Here." And he cried. If he ever listens to this, he's gonna punch me in the face. But he cried like a goddamn baby. He was so scared of getting
How
shocked.
old was
You
he?
didn't use it. You
Like
didn't use a
10.
name, so that's fine.
That's what I mean, right?
I was gonna
like,
say,
you know what are you doing?
I just I had a slot machine piggy bank, so you'd put in
Oh, yeah.
the court,
Yeah.
you'd put in your money in the top and then pull it, and it would only give you your money back if you won, but you could technically play free. so
That's kind of annoying.
it's like,
Like, damn it,
I need
damn it,
those
damn
pennies
it.
back.
Come on, Jesus, just give it to me.
At what point do you just like throw it against the wall and be like, "There, I win"?
I think it
I
also
used
had
to-
one of those rubber stoppers in the bottom, but it was like, so hard to get. I think
Oh,
it got
yeah.
stuck over the
I hate
years.
those
Yeah, I actually used to have a no. Actually, it wasn't mine. I just remember using it a lot because it was fun. My sister had an Aladdin bank, where it had it was a little motorized thing. You put any coin in its slot, and that caused the genie to move and push the coin into the inside of the bank, which had a nice little picture of like the treasure room inside the
Oh,
line.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Have you?
It's like the original thing of like
it
those.
was easier to
the-
get that out because it was just a little turn knob
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
door
It's
opened.
like an early version of those little banks that are like the cat paws, where it's like
I was gonna mention
Yes,
those.
yeah, exactly.
I don't like those.
they reach up and grab
Why
them.
not?
I don't know. I feel like it's too much. I just feel like it's too much contraption and not enough holding your money space.
You know
Could
what
be.
I want? for a
Artists
piggy
actually
bank?
use those as tip jars. It's put your
That way you can't take it back.
I said, you know what I want for a piggy bank? I want to go to like a No Frills or like Walmart and get like one of those children's foundation ones where there's like 4 different places you can put the coin in just to watch it like spin
I
around
love
and
those.
around or like fall
Actually-
down a series of things.
Actually, speaking of Walmart, on my way back, I'm reading Twitter, and I see these things. Apparently, Walmart is selling, at least in the States, I don't know about here, but they're $20, and they're called Maskimals. And literally, they're cheap fursuit heads.
Really? I'm
I think
gonna
I have
just look
one.
those up real
Huh?
quick now.
I almost think I have one. I bought it. Well, I don't know if it's a cheap fursuit head, but I bought a mask from Walmart a couple years ago for Halloween, and it's just like a pink rabbit with blood on it, and I'm just boop. Sure, they have names. The fucking name of this mask was on the receipt. Mine is Flower. Bars was motherfucking Snowball. He got the one that was all white.
Yeah.
Fuck is taking this so long? Jesus
I
Christ.
don't know. But
Do we have any
I
questions?
can't find them right now. No, so far it's just been Brett. And just so that people know, to get a question specifically brought up, just send it to the Twitter with @Brantfurred, and we'll be checking it within the last like.
They can't just send
5,
it to
10
the
minutes.
live chat now?
It might get lost if he's
Yeah,
not paying
that's
attention.
the thing is that I could
essentially.
lose it. So if you
Okay.
have a specific question you want to ask us, Send it to the
Oh,
Twitter
are those the
and
ones
during like
that-
the last 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
but are
about.
those the ones that if you like do this, they snarl?
No,
I want one
No,
of those.
these look like they're just cheap fursuit heads. Like they look like balls with features.
Yeah.
I kind of like the panther though. The panther's kind of cute.
The panda one actually looks kind of accurate.
On Twitter, someone's like,
Oh, and that's a sloth.
TBH. The Maskimals that
Walmart
Walmart is selling look better than some of the fursuits I've seen. And I'm like, oh, and then I was like, what? And then I had to go like search it up. I'm like, oh my god, what is this?
I think
I don't really like that panther.
I kind of do. I mean, it looks like he saw
That's
like
not a
the
panther.
cosmos.
It's a manther.
Oh, it's a panther. No, I think
It's
that's
a
a woman.
womanther.
Yeah,
Doing like gang
It
signs.
looks
like your
like the-
privilege.
I was gonna say, it looks like the Jaguaro head from Scooby Doo, where it was the ape with the panther head.
I mean, it's not that bad. It just has really big proportions. But your nose is kind of messed up. That
Yeah, the
tiger's
nose-
awful.
The nose is messed up. The bottom chin looks like it's resting on her
I was gonna say,
boobs.
if you can send
That's
me
just-
a
she might
link,
be like
if
this
you can
to see,
send,
though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Foxen,
That's
if you
true.
can send me a link to that or to that link, if you can send me that link,
I just did Maskimals on an image search.
I couldn't get it to come up. If you
Okay.
send me the link,
You know-
I can post it to the thing so everyone can see.
Maskimals.
Okay,
That's
Uh,
something I can do
Hey,
now. I
hey,
have magic.
Maskimals sounds like a really bad superhero show.
Like,
Maskimals!
Kinda, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, you want to talk about a bad sounding show? Power Batu Wachuka.
Have you guys ever seen Furry Squad or
Yeah,
or
Furry Force.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I can think. That's all I can think of when I hear of Maskimals. But
Yes.
like they put on the animal mask and then they become that. So I guess a
Yeah.
really bad version of
That's
like
not it.
Mummies Alive. If you guys
Whatever
have
happened
ever
to
seen that.
Animorphs?
That should come back. I fucking love those.
They're gonna
books.
say the book
It's
series.
due.
The book series ended like
Ah.
a long time ago.
But
After like
it
50 volumes.
it should be a series because that
It
would be
was a
cool.
series.
No, like a new one.
A new
like
one.
a Netflix original series.
I would watch the shit out of
Are you
that.
kidding
If it was a
Or-
Netflix
or-
one, yeah.
Or
yeah.
or a movie. Like go full Power
Yeah,
Rangers like, where they use like the
guess.
full.
There's
like,
a lot.
shitty 3D.
No, there's a lot of like
Well,
stuff to cover for a movie for that
Not-
series.
Not really.
Why isn't there like a subreddit of images of Animorphs half transformed where they're that weird awkward
Like
little
on the
stage?
cover.
At any rate, actually what happened is for like this whatever anniversary of
Oh,
the
that was
books, they re-released, they were planning on
Not just
re-releasing the entire
Mama.
series with brand new covers, and they stopped after volume like 4 because nobody wanted them. Like they didn't sell.
Fucking love. You know what other book series I really love that never gets as much recognition that has like a bajillion books I have yet to find and read? Fucking Redwall. The Redwall series.
Oh yeah, I love that
Right?
show.
The books are so much. Well, they're not. They actually, surprisingly, the show is really close to the books.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like, there's a couple things, like in Madamea, which is the second one. Well, it's not the second one, it's just the second one of Matthias's reign.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty accurate.
Nice.
So for those around, I just put up that is those Maskimals.
But there's like, I own a Redwall book. I should find it. Lend it to
You don't bother. I can't read. I mean, I can
you.
read.
No, this
I
is about
just
foxes.
yeah.
Flint, to answer your question, that would be because this is the first one that is live. So just so you know, you're not missing out. This is the first live.
Yeah, we had he's been kind of like answering questions while we
I know.
talk.
I've been hearing him type, and I'm like, I want to know what you're saying.
Yeah, it
But,
looks
like,
like, it looks like we have a good number of comments there. I just hope half of them aren't.
Most
you.
of it's talking to each other. Like I've been typing if it's something specific, like a question or whatnot, like something that needs to be answered.
Yeah, but that's like the whole point of doing it like this way, so we all answer it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, but I mean, we don't want to cut people off while they're talking.
Yeah, that's
I
the
know,
other. That's
that
the other
was the
thing,
kind
and
of
that's
problem.
why I'm typing instead
I know.
of like.
I know,
stopping
but I want to
everything.
be included.
I actually have a question for Isaac.
Yes.
How does it feel knowing that we've been running for almost an hour and Rifty's done most of the talking?
Fine.
But if it's not about Nintendo, he
I was
doesn't.
gonna say.
If it's not about amiibos,
you
he
d-
doesn't give a shit.
you do know, I stream, and I had 2 streams today. I have talked myself out.
That's a record.
I'm very fine. And I'm also on Rifti's streams, and I'm used to her just talking, and she goes for me to support. So you know what? The fact that she actually wants to talk on her own thing, I'm totally fine with.
Awesome.
It's one chance you get, Riffti, though.
Anyway,
Next week.
Dex was actually asking about the shoe thing. which
Ah.
I need to bring up now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so at the fair ended, we all went home after closing ceremony because we were all like completely worn out. We got back to the apartment because we were gonna crash, and so we let the ferrets out because we were home and we let them play.
Why not?
Because ferrets.
Yeah, it's only 5 ferrets in an apartment.
Well, they need their out of cage time.
Yeah, but 5 is way too much for an apartment.
Well, I mean,
They're not all.
they weren't always there.
I'm aware.
I mean, not all of them.
At any rate, so I was stupid, and I didn't put my shoes in the closet like I had been warned to when I first came over because I was so. After everything that happened, I
It's
just
like, we have ferrets. Do you like your things?
I
Keep them in a safe space.
I plumb forgot. So
Plum
I
forgot?
yeah.
She's so naive and gentle.
What?
I plumb forgot. You're like a Southern Belle.
I just plum forgot.
Right? Good heavens.
At any rate,
I mean, it was so charming.
I got them vapors.
Okay. don't focus on what I'm doing in the chat. I can deal with this.
Tell us about your
finish the
shoe.
story.
okay. Anyway, so
There's a shoe involved.
there's a
I
shoe
have-
involved. Yes. So I went to bed, and we woke up the next morning, ready to go. My shoes were missing.
Both shoes?
Both shoes. Because apparently, at some point during the 2 hours the ferrets were loose, they stole both my shoes.
These ferrets steal everything.
So
Ferrets steal shoes.
That's ferret cyst.
I have
Were your shoes shiny?
see now
No, they just steal everything.
I'm stuck picturing a ferret in like one of those classic striped burglar outfits with like a little
Yeah.
beret and like a mask,
Legitimately,
and it just
ferrets-
comes over, grabs the shoe, tosses it in a
Ferrets
bag,
steal
and runs.
everything that's not bolted down and den it.
oh, look at our kitty cat.
The audience can't look at our kitty cat.
sleeping.
Just imagine a cat sleeping really adorably in an entertainment unit in there.
Full of controllers, by the way. So
Well,
she's just surrounded by a PlayStation, a Wii remote.
All
I
we can see is like her face.
The cat's just like, I sleep around the controllers because I have all the control.
I am the controller.
So yeah, so like the ferrets lived up to their name as bandits because
controls
they
the
took
control?
off with both
Who's
my
a bandit?
shoes. The ferrets.
You're a trash panda. They're bandits. They're bandit slinkies.
Slinky bandits?
Sure.
So anyway,
I'll go with
so
that.
we
Alright.
wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning
Like
to
a
get
weapon.
ready.
Yeah.
And I realized
Very
just as we're ready to go, where the fuck are my shoes?
Just
We then
fold
spend
into
the
a
next like
boomerang.
half an hour.
It won't stay that way.
I'm listening. We're listening.
Sorry, but
Sorry.
We're listening.
spend the next half an hour tearing the apartment apart. We find one shoe, cannot find the other shoe.
I mean, apartments are small-ish.
Yeah, I know. And they checked. My friends believe that it was the other person's ferrets that stole this particular shoe because they checked all of their usual hiding spots and didn't find it.
Yeah.
You know
They
what would
still
have
haven't found
sucked?
it, apparently.
They still haven't found it? Okay.
What?
I don't know what sucks more, the fact that they haven't found it yet, or if they had found it like a half hour into your bus ride home.
Yes.
Or like it's literally like one shoe was on top of it because your shoes are black. They just had no idea until they started tidying up. They're like, oh fuck, it's been here the whole time.
Yeah. So anyway,
It's been
so
in the shadow
so
the whole
right?
time.
we were to the point where we couldn't wait any longer. I had to
Never did
leave.
check the ferret's cage.
Yeah, I had to leave, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take one of Rifty's paws out of my bag, and I will wear one Rifty paw and one shoe.
Wasn't that like harsh on your feet though?
No, it was
There's
fine.
not really no offense to
No,
you.
actually,
But they're comfortable, but there's not really much support, and I need support.
I don't have
Honestly,
any
I didn't
support.
have any problems. There,
except for the fact that Montreal's all stairs.
yeah, Montreal's all stairs, and that's like the only thing. I fell once, going up to the train to transfer over. I fell on the stairs because I didn't realize that there was an elevator like 20 feet away. So I got up the stairs with my bag and I fell. And everyone's like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. Just, I'm plush. I'm alright.
Oh wait, were you wearing Riffti at the time?
No, well, no, I was holding on to
Wearing
her.
yourself?
No, I was holding on to her head. I had my bag behind me,
Yeah.
so I couldn't grab the railing.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
have my head on
and
my
then
arm.
because
Just like,
of-
you know,
because the
walk
toes-
around town like Ichabod Crane.
because of
Or,
the
I don't really know
toes
the
of the
legend.
paw, I slipped and fell forward.
Well, I was gonna say, if you were wearing her, you like to be quiet. Can you imagine silently screaming as you trip? And then you can't like help because you're just like,
I'm not that
Must be
silent.
in character.
yeah, right.
It's when
It's like have to mime
Must choose break character or break face.
Actually, I wasn't that silent during the weekend because a lot of the people were talking to me in French, and then I had to be like, I don't speak French.
In my
I've just worn a sign.
No, legitimately, in my experience in Quebec entirely for a week.
No parle de
if
français.
you tell them immediately, as soon as they start, I don't speak any French, they're like, okay, that's good. I'd rather you not try. Just speak English, we'll speak English to you. I had a woman come up to me and...
I would much rather butcher your language than you butcher mine.
They're actually really nice about it. I had a woman come up to me in the cultural center, I think, where we were at, and I couldn't take pictures because the things we were taking pictures of were wax. So apparently, the flash would increase the temperature and potentially melt the things, but they were like giant sculptures.
Too much flash.
I saw that at the there was a last week tonight with the presidential museum that was closing down, and there was like no flash photography all over the place because it would increase the heat.
And she came over and she's like, and she's trying to talk to me in French, and I'm like, I don't, like I don't know. And she's like, do you speak English? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh thank God. Okay. No flash photography. I'm like, do you get that a lot of people just like try to... She's like, yeah, they don't tell me they don't speak French, and I just blabble on for like a half hour, then they don't understand what I've said and do the exact same thing I told them not to do in the first place. I'm like, oh, well, I don't speak French, so that works out.
Yeah, so there's quite a few people who are like starting, and I'm like, don't speak French. And it's like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right?
Because the thing is again, like, it's the same sort of thing where if I did speak another language and they didn't speak, English or whatever, I wouldn't want them to try speaking to me in English. It's like it's just it's so much easier to just think.
Let's just mime this, okay?
Well, like, that's where me and Kane
bathroom.
Me and Kane get like into arguments because he's, you know, when Quebec wanted to separate.
Yeah.
He has never gotten over that at all. He's very much a. If they want to separate, let's just fucking separate, and then they'll die. Yeah, I'm like, well, that's my heritage, so suck.
Yeah, that, and they kind of want to keep the money. So it's like, no.
Yeah, so...
It's like, no, fuck off, you.
He was like, yeah, but the fact that there's like, oh, well, they speak French, our thing is Canadian. I'm like, well, true, but you're not saying anything but the fact that BC speaks like Cantonese. Japanese, because that's where they all went during World War II.
Yeah.
And like, if you look at the same thing in the States, it's like many states speak Spanish.
Yeah, that's their second language. But he had like, yeah, well, their signs are French first and then English. I'm like, but the English is the exact same size and still on the sign.
Actually,
but it's not top. I'm like,
when I was there was a lot of signs that were French only.
Lot
of signs.
We went
French
through
only.
like legitimate through Montreal, capitals like in the city, and Quebec, and in Quebec City. There was more French than English, but in Montreal it was both equal. Of anything I seen.
Yeah, no. When I was there, like, I think I was keeping an eye out. How many of these signs actually don't have English on them? And there was more that didn't than did.
We just must have been in different parts because I was in the like metropolitan area, so there was a lot of tourism. I guess.
Yeah.
Then you have whatever the hell they speak in Newfoundland.
That's also in my blood, sadly.
Sadly.
So anyway, so my
I would not call that
and
English.
then so I was wearing one Riffti paw the entire way back up, including the 1.9 kilometers that I had to walk from the bus terminal to Union Station.
Again, I would have just cabbed it and said fuck it.
So and
trying to save money
no,
here.
sorry, it was actually longer because I accidentally went the wrong way for about 10 minutes. I was going
GPS
further up
is your
the street.
friend.
If only you had a flying vampire car.
Couldn't you like GPS it though?
I did, and
You did it wrong.
I did.
Oh.
It's like the exact same that happened. Remember that time when I went to Nick's place and like I just kept walking and walking and walking and didn't realize that I was going the wrong way?
No.
And it was raining?
No.
Okay.
Either we got there after you guys did and that happened, or I don't remember that at all.
Maybe not.
Who's
You
Nick?
probably remember.
You met him once.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names and faces.
You met him at like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing, I think. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Is it Nick that plays Yu-Gi-Oh?
You met him when he was going to apply for like the same job as you, without saying your job on the air.
Oh shit, that would have been 10 years ago.
No.
Yeah, because I've been at this job for 10 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not when you were applying. After he came, he was coming. He said he ran into you at something.
So he was applying to your
current job.
Your location.
Oh well, shit. That could have been last year. That could have been 10 years ago.
He mentioned that he ran into you at some. I think you were at one of the
I think this is a lost cause. I'm never gonna remember
No, I know,
this.
but he told me you guys met at like some like either the Devil's Bench or something like that. That's where you guys met. That's what he told me.
He's got one eye that's not quite right.
Well,
you mean he has a lazy eye?
Yeah.
Way to typecast, goddamn.
No, if you've never met,
He has one eye that's not right.
A unique
Oh, he has a
feature about
retarded eye.
At any rate,
It's one of those things that I don't think about much, but if someone doesn't know who I'm talking about after 4 or 5 things, that's what I'll go to.
Well, at
Yeah,
some point,
and
you
I
should
still don't
realize-
know because
No,
I'm terrible with names
it's
and
fine.
faces.
At some point,
I think I might have facial
he
blindness.
met you.
Yeah.
That's fine. You've seen him at some point.
yeah,
in your
it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
at this point in
It's-
time.
Oh, Nick!
Did you actually just get it?
No.
No.
That was sarcasm. And I'm
Okay.
terrible at sarcasm.
Okay. And
It also may be his real name that he would know him by, so that's another thing we're not going to get
don't worry about it. It's fine.
Is Nick his real name?
into.
No.
Oh, then maybe that's why I
That's-
don't know who the
I
fuck
still-
we're talking
I
about.
still don't know.
Okay.
So,
At this
But
rate,
it's not just me.
The point of the story is Riffti's directionally challenged and will go the wrong way until she realizes, man, I've been walking a while. What the fuck?
and you're a messenger. You deliver
Yeah.
mail.
Yeah. And then I look at my GPS and realize, oh shit, I've been going the wrong way this whole time. Let me turn around and backtrack.
We had the same kind of shit happen one of the first times we were going to Anne. We had like, oh, let's get a map. Okay, where do we go? And we're like, okay, we're here. It's there. We can walk it. That's fine. So we start walking and just from the station, because we took the train up.
Yeah.
We're just walking and we're like, wow, it's
Oh,
far away.
this
So-
is a map of KFCs.
Well, almost. Almost. So we took a cab. The cab ride took us 20 minutes. He was on the highway to get from where we were to the con. I was like, why were we going to walk? It would have been over. We got there. We got in line to register. We were the last 3 to get passes for that day.
Good thing you got a cab.
That's what I said. I'm like, well, sucks for the 10 people behind us, but like, yeah, us.
Just in time.
Yeah. It was... Then we never walked ever again.
Gonna have to get Riffti some blinders so she stops looking at the screen and starts listening to the
I love
conversation.
that.
I'm listening.
I love how that story ended. And we never walked ever again. Just moped everywhere.
I actually have an e-bike.
I used to have one of those Razor push scooters.
You still
Ev-
do.
ev-
It's
everybody
in our
has one of
basement.
those.
And here's the best thing.
Wait,
is
hold
that
on
I
a sec.
didn't.
I was
Hold
walk-
on a sec. You live in an apartment. How do you have a basement?
The basement of the building.
We have a locker
We have a locker down there.
Okay.
It's
I
a
did not
really
realize
shitty
that
I
was
didn't
a
know your
thing.
building had a basement.
It's where the laundry room is.
It's where we
I
put
mean,
it's where we
you
put our
talked about it
shitty
before,
Charlie
but I
Brown
guess I just
Christmas
assumed
tree.
it was on the ground floor.
I had one of those.
No, it's downstairs.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
shit.
yeah.
Is it creepy?
Well,
There's a mouse trap in an open site. So.
And some arcade machines.
well,
My
no.
worst
The
nightmare.
one thing that's creepy is the fact that because it's in the basement, there's no windows. So if you go down to the locker storage thing, you don't turn on the light and the door shuts behind
There's
you.
no windows?
It's pitch
The
black.
basement.
I wonder
You
if
see dirt.
That's illegal.
No, it's like literally pitch black in that room.
no, it doesn't like. But
She
If
said
the
when-
light is off and the door
closes.
closes, it's pitch black
I mean,
in that
my
room.
apartment's technically in a basement. Like,
Is it?
my windows are ground
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
But
just think
Yeah,
about
that's legal. If
Yeah.
you can push out the window and get out, then it's a legal space. But if it's an area that has
there is one of those little windows, but because of the lockers there and it's at the back, you can't see
Essentially-
immediately into the room.
that basement's a fire hazard, and if you were stuck
Right,
in there,
so-
you'd be dead.
yeah.
But no, I was gonna say
You're going to
just speaking back to haunted arcade. I wonder if we could ask Sid Bolton to like borrow some arcade machines if we really wanted to make that movie because he's got them.
He does. He has. We could film it at his house.
Just, hey,
I
we
don't
want
know
to
who
film
this
a
person
movie
you
called
speak of is.
called
The
Arcade Graveyard.
PC Museum guy. The guy who has like game nights every now and then in Brantfurred. Like,
She's probably never been.
wow.
The only thing I've ever been to is the Sydenham Church.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Because I don't like people.
Sid has the largest video game collection in Canada.
Oh.
He's one
And
of
he
those
lives
people
in
who
Brantford.
I'm okay saying they're real
On
name
Alma
because he's a
Street.
real person. And he's
I'm sorry,
kind of a
what's why?
celebrity.
Why?
Why?
Why what?
What?
Brantford's terrible.
Oh, that's because he owns the place.
Yeah. If you own a house, you say we own it.
I'm aware.
So he owns and runs the PC Museum. He has the largest video game collection in all of Canada, and every once in a while, at least he used to. He hasn't done one in a while.
Yeah,
but
and I hope he does.
He opens up his house, puts out a selection of games for people to play just as they wish. It's like $5 to enter, and you get pizza.
There's a big ass barn in the back, and it's 2 levels, and it's all computers.
Huh. I had no idea.
Yeah, no, his
Wow.
his place is like a gamer's fucking Candyland.
Yeah.
Kind of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
right on it. You walk in, just.
God.
His place is great, and if you go
I
in the
need new jeans.
if you go in the basement, it's just like wall to wall with shelves full of games.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
and-
in-box games.
Yeah. I was gonna say, actually, I have a copy of Dragon Warrior from his collection because I won it at one game.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I beat China Miner, and it's autographed by him, and I'm like, I have this.
The Dragon's
Yeah.
Lair?
Dragon Warrior. Dragon Warrior 1.
Yeah, I don't think-
because I love Dragon Warrior 3.
I don't think
too.
he'd ever give up a Dragon's Lair thing.
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
obsessed.
Yeah, he is literally obsessed.
Yeah.
He must have creamed his pants when when he saw the trailer for the 2nd season of Stranger Things. They play Dragon's
He actually-
Lair.
What happened? I thought
He actually wrote a thing saying, "Yes, I've seen the trailer. Please stop sending it to me."
I was gonna say, I wonder whatever happened to that thing. Who's the artist who did Dragon's Lair and
Don Bluth.
Yes.
Don Bluth was going to do like a Dragon's Lair movie. He actually had a Kickstarter for it. I wonder what happened to
Yeah,
that.
it just didn't get the funding it needed. I was watching a thing
Isn't
about
it,
that.
isn't it just playing Dragon's Lair while making all the right moves?
No.
No, like he was gonna make a new movie, like his own animation, going through it frame by frame like he used to and everything, and it just didn't get funded.
It just didn't make enough money that he was hoping for. Apparently, it's still a potential.
I'm gonna be honest. I
But-
thought he died like 10 years ago.
No, as far as I'm aware, he's still alive, but he's really fucking old.
He's
Yeah,
really
well, yeah, he
terrifying
would
to
be
see.
old.
I mean, like he looks.
He's-
Like he
Yeah,
didn't age well
would.
at all.
He
He
looks
would be
old.
really fucking old.
He looks old, but he's still got like that presence to him.
Kinda like
he
Stan Lee.
really
Fucking Bluth,
takes
of
care
course.
of himself.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He's Don Bluth. Of course,
gonna
he's
say,
be like,
speaking
I'm
of
fucking Don
which-
Bluth, man. I was animation.
It's like-
Dex
you
put
remember?
on a
You remember
Don-
that movie that wasn't Disney, but it was animated?
That was me.
That was mine.
That was me.
Dex
I
actually
actually
put on a
love
Don
a lot
Bluth
of Don
movie
Bluth movies.
yesterday.
Secret of Nim is one of my favorites.
I always like All Dogs Go to Heaven.
All Dogs
You
Go to
know-
Heaven was good, except for the part where he sings, and I'm just like, ooh, that's cringy.
You know what? I'm pretty sure he did Land Before Time. Too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. See,
That was-
that was my shit when I
Land
was a
Before
kid.
Time is actually like produced by Steven Spielberg and George Lucas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like
And then
wow.
the first
when I first
three-
found that out.
The first 3 were good, and then it was like sing along, and 12 more movies later, and now it's just run away.
I decided
Honestly,
to dive into
I'm waiting
the
for
rabbit
the Land
hole of
Before
shitty movies that I clearly didn't remember as well as they really were.
I'm waiting for the Land Before Time WWE crossover
I-
movie.
Like freaking Surf's Up too.
I watched
or Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo has a WWE.
I know, that's
They
why
have
I
a kiss
said
thing
it.
too.
But no, I delved into the rabbit hole of old things that I clearly had nostalgia for that were terrible. I watched all 3 Balto movies.
Oh
Hey,
god.
hey, the first
They
one is
made a
awesome.
third?
Yes.
The first one's alright but
watch it.
controversial. The second one is a why, and the third one is what the fuck are you like?
Literally?
in the third
Why is
one.
wait, what? What's so controversial
Okay,
about Balto?
Let me tell you.
Incest?
No,
No.
Balto never actually
No, wait, that was Lion King.
who delivered the medicine to
He
Alaska.
did the last part of the run, and it was
And
the easiest part of the run.
He didn't actually do any of the hard parts because there was like 10 different dog sled teams that actually did it. It wasn't him from the beginning to the end, at all. He just
In the movie Balto?
no, in the
The
actual
actual Balto,
Oh.
like
oh.
the statue that they
Oh.
go to and all that.
Oh wait, this is based off a real dog?
Yeah, Balto
Yeah.
actually existed. He just
Oh.
wasn't the most. He was the most famous because he did the last run, but he wasn't the one that did the most work.
Yeah,
Oh.
and a lot of people were very pissed at that.
Yes, but the
Because
second
he
one,
got all the credit.
the second one is about his daughter, who is technically more husky than him, but looks more wolf, and she ends up becoming a wolf and living in the wild.
Okay.
Because,
And the third one is
Reasons.
dog sleds versus planes for some reason.
but it has his
I'm pretty sure planes win.
no, because actually a blizzard happens and the plane wings
I
ice over.
love
and
how
then-
you're explaining the premise.
Yeah,
instead of-
because it's terrible. People need to know so they don't fucking watch it.
but no.
Don't
my,
watch it!
My issue with Balto 3 was,
exists?
and while I was watching it, yes, it exists. But like, you'd see between scenes the shading would change, so everything looked completely different.
Like I was gonna say,
And it was
Oh,
just like,
God.
like I was
what's
gonna
going
say,
on?
It's just the title of Balto, and they slap together whatever they could,
Yeah.
and just people will buy it because it has Balto
Oh,
on
there
it.
you go. Chunk Gamer just says,
I know who that is.
Kickstarter failed, but Dragon Slayer switched to Indiegogo and got the funding.
Ah.
Oh,
I
sweet.
know who that person
So
is.
the
I know who you are, Chunk Gamer.
But yeah, no.
they comment on a lot of your videos.
No, I don't have videos.
Like,
Well, you do
Like this,
game-
and that's it.
Yeah, well,
But,
you do things with
Yeah, but no.
Riffti.
with this shitty Balto thing, basically anytime that they're zoomed in and it's like a portrait of a particular character, you can see like the what's the name of the effect in Photoshop where it's like dark
Lens flare?
dark on one end and
I
lighter
don't
on the
know.
other.
Oh, the gradient.
Gradient, yeah. You can see their gradient shading, and then it backs out and there's no shading.
The only good thing about the 2 spin-off Balto movies is you actually find out about Balto's mom in the second one. She's like a legitimate like thing. You find out that the White Wolf in
You
the
mean
first
he's
one,
not like a miracle birth like
no,
Jesus?
I mean like you actually see her and she's still alive. She's not dead.
Oh, okay.
You find out that the White Wolf in Balto is his mother. That's who his mom is. So when she howls at him and she's wanting him to join, like, you're a wolf, you're part of it, and accept your heritage, and he doesn't, that's his mom. You only find that out in
Oh my
the
god,
second
so
one.
Balto 2 is a teenage angst movie?
Balto 2 is about his daughter's teenage angst. His teen daughter's teenage angst before she finds out she's a fucking wolf, apparently. And then the third one's about his son, who's like, planes suck, dogs are better.
Yeah, that's
Let's let the human die.
And I called
Literally.
everything that was gonna happen in the movie as it happened.
I stopped watching halfway through. I couldn't take it anymore.
I sadly had to watch the whole thing because I was like, I'm young and it has Balto on it. I fell victim to the trap.
I
Yeah.
also really liked back when I was a kid. I liked Pebble and the Penguin.
Oh, I own that.
I knew that existed, I've never seen it.
Oh my god, it's such a good movie.
You say that, but when was the last time you actually watched it?
I own it on DVD. I watched it like a month ago. Were you at my apartment? Do you
I
know
have to take your word for
Is it-
this.
Yeah,
Have I shown you two Last Unicorn, my childhood movie?
I've
love
seen
that
it.
movie. The movie's great.
You've seen it?
I've seen it.
Which movie, sorry?
Last Unicorn.
Last Unicorn.
Oh, yeah.
No, what movie that Don Bluth did that I like that never really gets much
That's
recognition?
Robot Unicorn Attack.
Yeah, I know.
I fucking love that game.
But, like, at the same time, I've seen a lot of AMVs that mix those two together.
Oh.
Last
The,
Unicorn and
because
that song.
Unicorns.
You should watch
Yes.
the Mr. Weeble thing about that.
The what?
The Mr. Weeble thing about Unicorn.
Oh.
It's fucking hilarious. Anyways, so my favorite Don Bluth movie that doesn't get much recognition is Troll in Central Park.
Except, it's 'cause
Oh, that
everyone says
sounds like
it's
a terrible movie.
It's actually really kind of
terrible.
It's-
good. If the kids weren't in it, it's alright.
If the main characters were in it, it's an
No,
awful movie.
the troll's the main character. Fuck you. But
Movies
essentially-
ruined by children.
well,
Animated children.
It's because they're just like
Like, how do you fuck up a
5
child?
and 2.
How do you fuck up a child's role when you don't have children playing them?
I just want
No,
I want
no.
to imagine the movie mashup of Troll 2 in Central Park. He's got the green thumb. Oh god, he's turning her into a plant, and then he's gonna eat me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Fucking, I love that. That's the best.
Actually, no. Speaking of kids' roles ruining things, as I was saying, Dex put on a Don Bluth movie. He put on Rockadoodle.
I've never seen that movie.
Neither have
And the problem that I have with it is the child that they got to voice
See, children are terrible.
the main character.
I. Jesus Christ, that's quite the leap.
Oh my god, though, no. First of all, it's best. The best line in the entire fucking movie is the evil owl character turns the
That's
little,
Alice's.
the little boil,
The little boil.
the little boy into
the little
a,
boil on my ass.
I'm just like,
No.
it's the
It
boil
was
from
a gummy
Fairly Odd
bear.
Parents.
Aw.
he turns the little boy into a cat, and the cat kind of looks at his paw. He's like, "I'm a furry."
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So
Wow, hey, Don Bluth.
He's a furry.
Huh.
That's
Best-
his childhood dream.
best line in
All
the
his
entire
movies
movie.
involve animals.
But the little boy that they got, or the child that they got to voice the little boy, you can't understand him half the time because he's like
Oh.
mumbly and like blah 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 blah.
He's
And
like not
Now that I
a
think
good
about it-
child actor.
Now that I
Yeah.
think about it, the only Don Bluth movie I can think of where the main character is not some type of animal is Titan AE.
Technically, a
I
troll
like
isn't an animal
Titan
either.
AE.
Oh, okay, I'll go with that.
It's a mythical creature, but it's not really like an animal per se. It's still a humanoid.
Titan AE is one of those movies that I always forget exists until I watch it, and then I'm like, I remember liking this movie,
It's
and then
a
I
great
watch it
movie.
again, and I'm like, I remembered this movie a lot better.
I try to watch
Oh,
it.
I like that movie.
I can't get
That's
through
the-
it.
that's
I like Titan AE.
That's not to
I
say
will.
that
I will say that.
That's not to say that I
And
don't
I
like
will
it.
not be ashamed of.
But it's one of
about
those
saying
things I
that.
clearly remembered better than it was. Especially with, like, the 3D Protoss aliens.
I really.
Well, I mean, like it was 1999.
Also, New Earth Planet Bob.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
That was cool.
That's the best part of that
I don't
movie.
know,
New Earth
Bob.
Planet Bob.
I never watched Titan AE. I had a bunch of friends who were obsessed with it. I'm just like, not interested.
It was Matt Damon and Drew Barrymore.
As like an Asian chick.
Huh?
That's what Drew Barrymore played. She was like an Asian chick.
Well, I mean, like
It's not.
it's the
just-
future, so
No, I know, but
like everyone's an
if you
Asian
know-
chick
if
inside,
you- Yeah, there's always got to be one edgy Asian chick with purple dyed hair.
right? And this time it's not Janine Garofalo. She plays an alien named Stilf.
She's the fucking stupid
Yeah.
leg thing. I love her design except for that point. I think if she
The
had,
fact that
like,
she has 2 knees on each leg.
the fact that her knees are like fucking square.
Yeah.
Like they're like if they were just like she had one bend and she was like anthropomorphic more like that, then I would love her design. But she just like
Yeah.
nope.
The triple bed doesn't even make, like...
It's
It doesn't make biological sense. You can't support something on that kind of a shape. It would just collapse.
That's why she does. She walks around with collapsed legs.
it bothers me.
But how would you evolve that? How did you get from amoeba to something that has legs that don't
I
function?
want to know what her planet she's from looks like that she would need those kinds of legs.
Everything is way up high.
That's great. I always thought she looked like a
It's-
kangaroo. So
It's an
Yeah.
entire planet of monkey bars, and their legs are that way so that they can spin on them and jump from one to
or
the
just
next.
the fact that they're constantly on the monkey bar, so then they just got longer from gravity. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, fuck.
It's
Ah,
like,
shit, we'll need a new knee.
there we go. It's like, no, you know, it'd be great if I could just like bend my knee, my leg, just a little bit more. No, that's too much.
Too much. At one point, the like final like level of her evolution is just need to go all the way back this way and come back forward, all the way around and just.
Like,
Yeah,
She'll just roll.
She'll be her own snail.
there's actually there's a real kind of boar that has that. It's like a genetic deficiency that their tusks continue to grow and then they curl back into their own head
that's
and
like
they
every
die.
boar. That can happen with all the boars where their
Yeah.
tusks come and stab them in the head.
Yeah.
That's like just a boar thing that happens. But you guys want I want to be able to show you a very fucking terrible movie I grew up with, and it's so bad it's great.
What's it called?
Willie the Sparrow.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that.
It's so
Oh, wait.
stupid.
Is Willie the Sparrow the movie where the sparrow wants to be a messenger pigeon in the war?
No, that's Valiant. And he's also a pigeon. So, he's just
Sure.
a small pigeon.
I could have sworn there was one where a sparrow wanted to be
I'm-
a messenger pigeon.
I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty sure you're talking about Valiant. It was
Which is a pigeon.
It was
Are you sure that wasn't planes?
a 3D animated movie.
No.
It's just like, I'm not
That
a
was
racing
animated.
plane, but I want to be.
Or hat all the
Discover.
time. Just wait. I'm gonna actually look.
Blockbuster.
I'm gonna look up
Either way.
the cover for this because I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
Which one? Willie the Sparrow or
Willie
Valiant?
the I'm gonna tell you while you're thinking about it. Willie the Sparrow is this kid who's like addicted to birds. He just like squirts them with a water gun. And,
Oh, so he becomes a bird?
well, the Sparina, the Sparrow Guardian.
Oh my
shows up.
god! What the fuck
Look at it!
is
It's
this?
so terrible. That's Seeper, or let's say, oh my god, it's so terrible. I love it.
Wow.
It's okay. So,
What's
Why does he have a bowl cut?
because he had that when he was human. Billy the Sparrow was human before he became that sparrow.
So it's like so many other movies, like The Ant Bully.
Yeah, only it's like if the ant bully were to become an ant, not stay
You mean
human.
oh yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you this.
It's just like I was with Merlin one too many times, and he just like left me this way.
Right? Okay, so but let me tell you how bad this movie gets. Let me tell you how fucking terrible this movie is.
Like,
So
Why does that bird have a beard?
because all
and
the birds
is bald.
all the birds have hair in this. Okay, I don't know why. That's just what Sparina decided.
I want to see the bird that has a pompadour.
No one has
I
that
can't
yet.
tell if this third one in the back has
Wait,
a
wait.
goatee or that's
No,
just the
no,
diamond
that-
on his chest.
That's just a male bird thing. But the best part of the entire movie is there's a storm that happens, and Willie ends up spending the night in the nest of a female sparrow, and nothing
Did
really.
she come on to him?
Well, no, because they're like 10, I guess. I don't know. I don't fucking. He's like 10, and she's like a sparrow, so I don't know.
It was a stormy night, and I was alone in her nest.
I'm pretty sure if she tried, he wouldn't have any idea. Because he's like, I'm a human in a sparrow body, so I don't know what the fuck.
I'm a 10-year-old boy, so I don't know what the hell a penis is.
I don't know what to do with a cloaca. I didn't even know what a penis did.
Yeah, so...
What's a cloaca?
Like, click, clack. So,
Cloaca, I love that game. Clack, 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 clack.
He gets...
That is me and not Riffti this time.
It's found out that the Red, who's like the leader of like this flock of sparrows, was...
Is the blue one named Blue?
No, I don't think so.
Because we could have a whole generation of Pokemon over that.
But he,
2 H's, 10, and Sparrow.
But so it finds out that Red was looking for Willy all night because Willy was in the
Red.
So Willy goes to the park.
Red was looking for Willy all night.
You need to look up this fucking frame if you can. Willy goes to the park into the tree, and the camera just pans to Red, and he's just a disheveled mess. And it's fucking great because he has the most piss-off face I've ever seen of an animated bird ever.
You know what? It's that's shitty enough of a movie that you could probably find the whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah, well, I own it, but because it's so terrible, I have to.
Too.
But okay, so what's better though is that Red's like, all right, we're gonna fight, and he's doing like the sparrow fight, so he's like, fuck, and Willy's just like, I just fucking socked him in the face. And I'm
With
like,
what? They have wings.
I know. But he's just like, I don't know. Okay, clunk, and Red hits the tree and goes, and then Willy wins, and he's like, all right, well, bye. And I'm like.
All of this talk
terrible.
All of this talk of movies makes me wish we could do a Riff Tracks thing where we just put the podcast. I was like, all right, we're gonna start this
Riffti
movie
Tracks.
now.
It gets
Riffti Tracks.
It gets better because Willy's pet cat,
It gets better.
who he also tormented, went to
So he tormented the cat and birds. So we're sure this child's not gonna grow up to be a serial killer.
No.
Yeah, no kidding,
Listen,
right?
It gets better. It gets better. There's another funny scene. It's so terrible. So she goes to the barn and like wakes up this fucking panther of a black cat. And he's like the big, scary, like deep voiced kind of guy. And essentially, what they do is he chases around all the sparrows and punches them into the wall, and then they line them up to eat them later. The female cat's like, I can't eat Willy, even though he's an asshole. He's still my owner. Wake up, everyone wake up, go, leave.
It knows that that's his, the kid.
She knows that's Willy, and she's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you because you're a dickhead.
Is it one of those? Is it one of those movies where, like, for whatever reason, all animals can talk to each other, but people can't understand them?
Yeah, except Spirina can understand all of them. So there's one part where Spirina is trying. She's like the sparrow guardian. She's trying to find them. She's looking up, and she's just walking. This lady's walking behind her, and she's like staring at Spirina, and she ends up looking up too, and she fucking runs into a pole, and just boom. I'm like, this movie is gold, and I love it. It's terrible. Eventually, Zephyr, who's teaching Willy how to... That's his name. That's the one with the one who's bald. That's...
Zephyr.
That's his name.
The guy named after a pussy wound?
I don't know. So he's teaching Willy how to be a sparrow, and Willy's teaching him how to write human, and at the very end of it, they all become human, and...
What?
Zephyr,
all the birds become human?
No, just him and Willy.
Him and the Willy?
Him and Willy. They end up huddling together because there's like a spray that she uses. It's like hairspray, and she's like, psh, and they become human again.
What happened to my cloaca?
I actually have. It's upside down. What the fuck? No, but he ends.
What's this thing? Hey, a worm!
But he ends up getting with Spirina, and they like go off on a date, and Willy becomes the new Sparrow Guardian. And then the movie's over.
At the end of the movie, wait, I thought they became human again.
Yeah, and he's still because Spirina's human too. She's a Sparrow Guardian.
Oh.
There you go, Willy the Sparrow.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Watch the shit.
Because he learned to not blast birds with a water gun. Because he
Yeah,
became
for like
a bird.
5 days.
I'm pretty sure it's like the span of 3 days, tops.
No, I mean like 5 days after he becomes a human, he's back to being a dick again.
Probably. The only other movie...
Willy the Dick.
The only other movie I like as much as Willy the Sparrow is The Lost Puppy, which is the stupidest but fucking best hilarious movie ever. This puppy... Like this granddad and his granddaughter end up getting like their car broken down in like a rainstorm, and so the lightning strikes and it like scares the puppy, and he runs off and ends up being abandoned apparently because no one gives a shit. They just go to their house because they think he's there in the car, and he gets adopted by rabbits because and
oh my god! I know this movie.
right, and then
I got it. Oh my
There's
god!
like a scene where like
I got this
granddad's
movie
driving.
from McDonald's.
Yeah, so there's a scene where the granddad's driving. He looks at his like granddad. He's like, and she's like, and it just does that for like a minute. They're just looking at each other all like with like the stupid like Christian like yay, we're golden. This
They
is
get
good.
out. They
You're like,
they get out. Everyone gets out. They get back in. They leave the puppy. It's just like
yeah.
Brent going home. My brand new puppy.
Yeah.
It must be in the back seat, I guess.
But he's gone for like a whole season. Because
Yeah.
it's summer when he's gone, and it's fall when he goes back to his house. The only reason they take him back, the rabbit parents know exactly where he's supposed to be, but they're like, we love you as our own, so we're just gonna not tell you where your actual home goes until you defend us from a weasel, get bit, and possibly have rabies, and then we're gonna give you home.
I was like,
And
oh, you
that's
got
the
rabies.
movie.
You got rabies now. Okay, you go.
Well,
to the
he might
humans.
have rabies. Well,
Legitimately,
Time to hit the old
he gets-
dusty
He
trail.
gets bit by the weasel, and it was like, next time, and like skulks off. I'm like, you could win. Like, what are you doing? He just, you lost, I guess?
what
And then-
defense do rabbits have?
They can't,
He teaches the rabbits to howl,
and they teach him how to dig for carrots.
and he
hop.
eats the green part, and they
Oh.
laugh at him.
Yeah, there's like the crown the carrot. Yeah, it's such a terrible movie.
I'm stuck thinking of there was it's a I don't
It's got my heart racing. Goddamn.
I don't know where you can find it other than Netflix, but there's like a Kung Fu Panda knockoff.
Yeah, I watched
it's like
it.
Kung Fu Rabbit.
Yeah, I watched it.
I'm just like-
I watched it.
You don't sound happy.
No.
She watched
we
it.
need to tell him. We
Oh
need
my-
It was an
Agent
experience.
Fox.
Agent Fox is the worst movie I've seen in a long time. Because we got this DVD from Walmart for $5 with 8 like bad Chinese knockoff-ish movies. And the only one on the front that I was curious about was Agent Fox, though Donkey X is high on my list of,
Oh my. He's showing me a picture.
Agent Fox, yeah. So that's what the cover looks like.
You should look up the Lost Puppy.
And it looks like, oh, it's
I don't
a
need to.
cool spy
No, I meant
movie,
like
right?
so he can show it.
Oh yeah.
Agent Fox, it's a cool spy movie, right? No. It's cool spy for maybe 5 minutes, and then suddenly it's weird friendship story, and all the animation is like
Off.
it's slightly off, and you can see points where like the computer rendering
cycle.
it all. The computer rendering it all clearly was like chugging because like certain scenes just drop in frame rate because there's like too much on screen.
No,
just-
but
it
it
looks
blurs.
terrible.
You get motion
Oh, yeah.
blur when
Yeah.
the characters move.
Motion blur when they
Oh,
move,
yeah.
drops in frame
What
rate.
happened to that rabbit?
Things
Down
just look
syndrome.
terrifying. It's like the worst movie I've seen in a
Yeah,
long
the models
time.
are awful. Like the models for the characters
They-
that's not the
they-
fox.
They can't be as bad as in that rabbit movie you're talking about, the fucking Kung Fu Rabbit.
I haven't watched it yet, so
I won't spoil anything. You
Yeah.
can have that to yourself. But there's a character who he's a rabbit. The main character is a rabbit also, but he's fluffy. He's a rabbit. This little fucking whatever is like leather. But he's a rabbit. He's just shiny.
Oh yeah, it was called The Seventh Brother.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! It's so terrible.
Okay, you want to know another bad movie that we watched? You love Swan Princess for whatever weird
I don't
reason.
love
Oh my
Swan
god! It's so.
Princess.
Oh, I love it.
I don't
love it.
love Swan Princess. I watched it when I was a kid.
I have a friend who's obsessed with that movie, before you continue your point, and we watched a Nostalgia Critic about that movie, and she cried because she was so fucking mad about his review.
But no, they did like a 3D Swan Princess
Yeah.
Christmas.
They have a
And-
new one where the kids in it.
And we stopped it at like this weird we were just watching it and we couldn't quite understand what was wrong with this scene with the cat.
I've never seen it yet.
And we saw this cat, and it's like, there's something wrong with this. So we went back and watched it again, like frame by frame.
I
and
caught
there's a
it.
Moment.
I caught the moment. I'm
And
like,
there's
wait
a-
a second. No, I saw what it was. I'm like, wait, go back. I have to make sure that I'm right on this. So we went back frame by frame. Now continue.
And the cat's like jaw detached from the rest of its face. Its chin was still there, but the jaw with the teeth was like
It's melted?
outside, and like it
Oh,
was
gosh.
just. I was like, how? Why?
I will say that, just cosmetically, the fact that they inputted the Swan Princess into 3D and the models are still pretty much on point with how the 2D cartoon looks, it's pretty good. I haven't seen Disney be able to do that, because even when they do shit 2D, they've ruined it, and I'm talking specifically about the Lion Guard, because fuck all of that.
Except for the Jackal song that you sent me.
Okay, I don't like the Lion Guard because it fucks with the timelines, but I love the songs.
Mm.
And it's just, and now Scar's returned, so that's a thing.
Mm.
Oh, you remember that fiery pit he fell into with all those hyenas that wanted to kill him? Yeah, they didn't kill him.
No, they killed him. But you know how Mufasa came back to Simba in like the clouds?
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing, but they had taken Rafiki's a cobra and the hyena have taken Rafiki's like stick and like thrown it into the lava pit, I guess, or active volcano, and he's just like, yes, I'm Scar. He's like all ghostly and.
You know, I kind of wished that he manifested himself in a pile of elephant shit, because that would just be more amusing to me.
Well, I like Scar, so watch yourself.
Not only that, it's
Oh,
a
Pheonix
pile of
getting
elephant
sassy.
shit. Of course it'd be amusing.
Yeah, that means an elephant ate him.
But that,
Yeah.
but
He's like, revenge!
We must go to the hyena
I watched
toilets.
I watched a deer eat a bird. That was messed up.
I watched a cow eat a chicken. It was a little baby chicken. It was just like,
Oh, see, that makes sense.
And
But
chomp.
the deer, I watched this like video on YouTube, and this deer was like la 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 eating grass, and then this bird just eating birds, and the deer's just like la la la, and just eats the bird.
Sometimes you need that
It just-
extra protein.
And I'm like,
It's
well,
like-
apparently that's
it's
why.
like,
but
wait, herbivores? I guess they don't exist.
well, the people videotaping were like, what the fuck just happened? What in the shit? Because they've
It's
never
like-
seen that happen before.
It's like the first time I saw the pelican eat a pigeon.
Yeah.
Pelicans eating anything is terrifying.
Pelicans being alive are terrifying.
Yeah,
They
really.
do have
You
those
wanna talk
really
about
evil-looking
dinosaurs?
eyes.
My very first Beanie Baby was a pelican.
Mine actually was Murray Eel. The Moray Eel.
Hmm.
That was my first one. I love that guy.
I
Name
had
was
Beanie
Murray?
Babies.
His name
I
was
don't
Murray
remember
Eel.
their names.
Yeah. And he was a Moray Eel.
Oh my god. But you know what my favorite toy as a kid was? Is I went to like the Western Fair back in London, which is like just
Yeah.
a fair.
Oh.
And I won this like,
Wait, no, that's not it.
you know those shitty snakes that you win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you win so many of them and they'll let you finally trade them for something actually worth something. I got like this tiny yellow platypus plushie and I fucking loved it. I think I still have it if I look
That
for it.
reminds me of, I need to find this one Pokemon game I have, and I've never, ever, ever seen it ever again. And it was the most fun Pokemon game I've ever played, and I'm counting the actual handhelds. It was a Pokeball. You opened it, and then
Oh, I had
it
that.
had like the orange things where you can catch them,
Yeah.
and you have to chase the red light into the middle.
Yeah.
And it was on the top screen was what Pokemon it was. You just into the middle, and when you catch it, you go and you catch the Pokemon, and then it tells you all about it, like
Yeah.
a Pokedex.
I remember that thing.
But like some of them were harder, and they'd like run into the middle and be like, "Oh fuck you! Oh!"
Yeah.
And you had it was so much fucking fun, and that thing lasted forever. But I've never been able to find it again.
I had one. I beat it because I caught Mewtwo in it.
I didn't know you could do that. I was
Yeah.
having fun with.
The more you go, the more like rare Pokemon you get, and eventually Mewtwo's the end. There's no like credits or anything.
No,
but
well,
it's like,
there-
you got
there-
the best thing.
There
you could
couldn't
get
be
on it.
anyways. It doesn't have that much technology to be able to do that.
Yeah, but
It's
yeah,
essentially a Simon.
I think the problem is that to get into the batteries for that sucker, you need like a stupid long thin
Yeah.
screwdriver, and it takes like a stupid ton of watch batteries.
I love that.
Flint still has his.
Yeah, I know I still have mine. It's just in the crawl space at my mom's house somewhere. Friggin' Cyber High Five for that, because that's an obsolete game. No one had that ever.
Oh, you know what else? I
don't even know where I got it
talk.
What's it called?
Who
I
does it?
want to
I don't
eBay
know.
it.
I don't know. It's just a Pokeball.
Flint, what is it called?
Who had that like talking Pikachu with the two sensors on the bottom? So you just tapped him down and stuff, and it was like Pikachu.
I know.
Pika,
Is there an
pika,
answer?
pika, pika,
Is there an
pika,
answer to Kip's question?
No, it wouldn't be that. There's a delay, remember?
Oh,
Have you got? I couldn't finish Alpha and Omega. I got so fucking disgusted and bored with it after about maybe I think I made it to like the 25-minute
the
mark.
first one or
The first one.
Okay, I saw it in theaters. Sadly, we thought it was gonna be better than what it was. It's not a bad movie if the wolves look like wolves. That's my problem.
For questions along those lines, by the way, just so that we're clear, because I want to start doing the Twitter thing, so we can answer people's questions specifically, especially if we get larger audiences, because they might disappear in
Yeah.
the chat, as you said. If you've got a question like that, like we watched Alpha and Omega or something, post it to the Twitter, because that guarantees we'll get to it by the end of the episode.
Yeah, you should probably. And that doesn't mean if the podcast is over, it doesn't mean stop asking questions. We'll just
Yeah.
do them in the next podcast.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
do them
right.
in the next one, or we'll open the next one with them, or we'll
Yeah,
just
so-
do them.
so we'll do something.
We can do them along the points of just
Or-
Let's Play episodes.
or-
Flint says search Pokemon Pokeball electronic ball game.
That's
Okay.
pretty accurate, I guess.
Pokeball,
We could also do a specific stream if you guys are interested, listeners, of just Q&A
Yeah.
like midweek or something, maybe, and then we just answer your questions if you
Is that
guys
it?
want. Yes. Yes, he found it.
You know what that reminds me
For
of? There was-
$10.
Well, it's a bid thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Plus 20 or plus $15 shipping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
there
here's
was
a buy it now.
There was another thing like that. It wasn't it wasn't tilted nearly as fun, but the Digimon had like that gray Digivice, and it was like an encyclopedia of
The
all
detector?
Digimon. Maybe.
I had that.
But it was like an encyclopedia of all Digimon. Like you could press a button and see what they would digivolve into under certain
that's
circumstances and all that jazz. But it also had games on it, and I don't remember what the games are, but I remember that they were on it.
He says that was the Amazon listing.
Oh, cool. Well, I found it on eBay, and yeah.
Clearly, it has
Oh my
not
God,
kept up in age.
I've seen so many eBay ads lately. I don't know why. And my experiences with eBay are shit, because they still owe me like 3 different things that never showed up, including a copy of Star Fox 64. Like,
eBay. See,
The cheapest I could find for that Pokemon electronic ball game, after shipping, would be about
We should let's play it.
$32.
We should let's play it. How?
How? Yeah, no
you
shit.
just have to get like a webcam and point it down and just be like, just this.
Yeah.
But it's so frustrating. Like, if that's the first game I ever got so freaking mad at, I had to put it down. Was like, I can't do this anymore. Because at one point, I can't remember even who
Fuck
it was.
the game.
Well, legitimately, this one character.
Fuck this game, throws it.
I want to
Throws
say
it.
it might have
Pikachu.
been Ninetales,
Did I
and
just
that's why
catch
I
that?
wanted it. And I just could not get that motherfucker to the middle of the thing.
There were some of them that, like, they were on one, like, because I generally tried to get them just on the mid-axis and then just tilt forward
Yeah.
and back, because it was the easiest way to do it. There was some of them that would essentially, you would, like, slowly tip it, and then suddenly it just...
Yeah, because there was ones that I had that would just hang around the edge and not actually do anything else. Even no matter how many times you tilted that shit, it would just like, nope, I'm gonna stay over here, farthest away from the middle as I can get.
Yeah.
I think it's probably time to open up
Yeah.
the floor to questions.
It is already kind of getting on in how long we've been recording.
How long
Or
have we
streaming.
been streaming for?
Almost 2 hours.
Oh,
Awesome.
there you go. That doesn't bother me at all. I have
Yeah,
I
no,
have
this
nothing to do.
has been great.
Yeah.
We should do more of these.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what I said.
I think
I was
that-
the first one to suggest this.
I think that's
Awesome.
what we should be doing instead of just uploading at midnight or at noon. I think what we should start doing is schedule that we should all get together on the last day of the month, whatever time it specifically is,
Yeah.
probably around 9, so it's late night, and then
It
just
seems to get a lot of people if it's
and
midnight.
just shoot the shit last day of the month.
Yeah, that's fine by me. That's
I'm
when
good with
I
that.
First
As long as
mentioned
it
we
does-
should be streaming like
As long as
At
it
all.
doesn't happen on a Sunday, that's like a
I'm
Game of
sure we'd
Thrones
probably do
night.
it like a
'cause,
Friday.
Like, fuck you
You
guys.
normally have Fridays off, right?
Depends. I'm sure we can make it work no matter what. Like,
If
even
it doesn't necessarily have to be the last day.
Yeah,
of the
no,
month.
no. I mean,
Here's the thing: if you do it after 9 o'clock, I'm free because that's the latest I work.
Okay.
and I have nothing to do, so
That's why I
have all
said
the
9
world.
last day of the month. If someone's busy, then we can just not be there or answer the questions or next time or cover it. Well, however the case
Game of
is.
Thrones is on at 9, so
Yes.
However, Sundays that cross over with the last day of the month are going to be few and far between.
that's true.
So if anyone has any questions that they want to ask us specifically, either to all of us or to somebody specific,
Yeah.
please let us know.
I'm Kip.
We've got the Twitter here.
He's the trash panda.
Opinions on
I'm the
Persona
Sparkle Fox.
5 from
Melanie.
Broke as Shit 2K17 on Twitter.
What are we doing? What?
Your opinions on Persona 5.
On the
Um,
I'm assuming they mean the.
Well, we'll
game.
go in order then. I probably will have the least amount to say about it. So I know of it. I've never played it. It seems cool. I like all of the personas that you can get and you can like make, and that's really cool. That's about all. It seems like a cool game, but it's probably something I won't play only because I've never played any other of the personas.
Yeah, and I'm kind of in the same boat. The only thing I have to add to that is that it apparently is getting an anime in 2018.
Oh, that's gonna make my one friend fucking ecstatic.
There's
He's
a lot.
obsessed
There's a
with
lot
that
of
game.
games getting animes lately. Final Fantasy 15 got one too.
Castlevania just got an
Oh my
anime.
god, have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't.
So good.
Is
It's only
it?
4 episodes, but it's so fucking good.
Oh, wow.
So good.
I literally know less about Persona than Pheonix does. I don't have an opinion.
I know more about, I'm pretty sure the one I'm thinking of is Persona 4, I'm pretty sure is what I'm thinking of. I know more about that one than I do this
I don't know
one,
anything
but
about the entire series.
Metacritic seems to like it. Gave it a 93%. Like I can
It is a good game. the Persona games in general are a good game. My only opinion on Persona 5, and I've talked about this before because it came up on one of my streams. Persona 5, their one character gets just like they do this big thing on like sexual objectification for women in like the first chapter.
Yeah.
And you rescue her, and it's a great, and it's like, oh, you're a victim and all that, and it paints a very good picture. And then immediately, like the next chapter, it's like, oh, someone wants to draw you naked. You should do it, and you can do nothing but pressure her into doing it.
Yeah, but that can also be seen as empowering, not necessarily sexually objectifying.
No, she the whole time she does not want to do it.
Well,
and you can do nothing but pressure her into doing it. So they make this huge statement about her being sexualized and how it's a bad thing, and then immediately the main characters go ahead and do it afterwards.
So? It's Japan.
Yeah, but...
But that's the problem.
I know.
Is that ecchi in games has such that lightheartedness, and it's actually becoming a problem in Japan at this point.
Yeah, there's, I mean, other than that, I've never played it. I've only seen a couple scenes. I've only seen battles. That's about as far as I've gotten. So I've seen the different personas main character can get, but I've never actually seen, like, story-wise, other than the very first, like, chapter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, yeah, so it's sparked this thing, and deserves better. And, yeah, all of, like, the DLC costumes and shit for her are in, like, bikinis.
I'm pretty sure her...
Does she have huge boobs?
No,
not really. They're, like, high school students.
She's that one. I'm pretty sure she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Shit, sorry.
You pressed the...
I'm sorry.
You've activated the device.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who he's referring to.
Is that Anne?
Yes, that's Anne.
No spoilers.
Yeah, the blonde is Anne.
But yeah, essentially,
other than the spoilers of the fact that she's like the victim in the first chapter.
Kind of like she not originally. There's more to it than just that she's the victim. She ends up being a victim, though, is essentially kind of the shit. But she kind of brings it on herself because she shouldn't be where she went, and they told her not to go there, and she still did it anyways. And they warned her it's dangerous for her. And that doesn't excuse anything, but.
But, I mean, like, you're pretty much asking to get raped at this point.
Well, no, it's not.
That's my major reason. That because she's a victim, they shouldn't be pushing her afterwards.
But
it's just not. It doesn't.
I know.
In that game,
It
you can also like blackmail your teacher into dating you. So there's some weird shit.
There's a lot of weird shit that happens in that game, from what I'm told, at least.
The phone's gonna die.
So it's a good game. The mechanics are good. The art's good. It's a very fun game and all that.
Yeah.
But there are some things that are questionable.
Oh, those who have watched a certain anime with a certain contract maker will know one of the characters in that game.
Anyway,
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same voice.
And I've never seen that.
The anime? It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
We're talking about Black Butler, right?
No.
Oh.
speaking of anime, I finished watching One Punch Man finally. I fucking loved it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna continue watching that.
I watched all of One Punch Man that they have on Netflix so far, which is one season, and that I don't have anything to plug that into. And then I put on my list to watch, but haven't gotten around to it, especially because it's got so many episodes.
You don't even
JoJo's
know what
Bizarre
you can
Adventure.
Are you aware of what you just did?
No.
Exactly. You should probably ask first.
Sorry, I
could've
unplugged
been-
something from this white.
That could have been important.
Was this important?
Not right now.
No, it was not.
Okay.
But
Well,
sometimes it is.
It's generally the RetroPie there that
any other
This-
questions?
that
Yeah.
computer
You
chip.
know, don't.
I do things.
People don't need to be afraid to ask about like personas and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. I mean, look at the fucking colorful cast of characters. Which, honest to God, I'm probably the most colorful because you guys are all regularly natural tones.
I'm grayscale.
You're a raccoon. That makes sense. They are grayscale. I mean,
Not all. Some are
Most.
brown.
well,
Oh my! You want to talk
Yes.
about weird things? I was telling Pheonix about it. I was doing a Kingsway stream today. It was like 4 hours, and I played a Beast King character, and I used the like Isaac head from our Brantfurred stuff. So the character was clearly Isaac.
Okay.
And by the end of it, I was like a 12-foot buff monster that ate everything in sight.
With your face?
Yeah. So it's Isaac's head on like a buff, like 12-foot thing that had an ability called Iron Stomach. So any item that I would throw away, instead of throwing it away, I ate it and got health back. So it's like, oh, great sword. Just the skulls of my enemies.
Flint has a question about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying
I'd have
to
check.
find a rodent, I promise.
Yeah.
No,
it's a matter of pressing start in Mystery Dungeon for doing something. I don't quite remember. I have to go and check the.
Wait, what
the
is it
comment.
about? What do we do? What aren't we doing?
Pressing start as an answer to something. Eat the sword. Yes, Melanie's got it. Eat the sword.
Eat the sword.
Eat the sword.
Sword.
Eat the staff. Eat this full suit of plate armor. Just literally ate everything. I think someone said that they could make an entire 20-minute video of just me saying the word consume.
You said it so often?
That was the name of the skill. So it was like
I think I should.
it was
consume.
it was
Consume.
it was like examine properties, use, consume. So it's like and consume. It was like, oh, I'm not allowed to drink any more attack potions. Oh well, I'll just eat the whole thing and not get any effects. Because apparently, if you eat the glass, the potion doesn't work.
Yeah, because
You're swallowing it whole. That's why.
Exactly.
You're just like.
That makes you think of Monk.
Makes me think of 4.
Of course it does.
Yeah. I think someone made the comment. He puts the Omni in omnivore.
He puts the. Nom.
That was good. That was a good one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good stream. It was a good stream. And then I died. So you'll have to watch that 4-hour stream if you have the time, because it was pretty fun.
I don't ever have 4 hours to myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think
Except
that's
for when
it
I
for
do.
questions, and we're coming up to the 2-hour mark.
Oh
so.
man.
We are coming up to that 2-hour mark, so I think it's.
I expected more from you.
Is that our Twitter feed?
No, this is the YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the YouTube. This is our Twitter feed.
let's see what's going on the Twit face.
We only got one on the Twitter face, which is at Brantfurred or at the Brantfurd Show. No, I think it's just at Brantfurd, right?
Hey, Brantfurd.
Yeah, at Brantfurd.
Brantfurd.
So you can tweet questions there if you got things that you want us to discuss or whatever. We can definitely check it. We'll check it out anytime I go to Google.
Yeah.
And without any further ado, I think that would be a good ending point for our
Oh!
first live podcast.
Oh,
I finally made the page for our second bowling meet of this year.
Echo's actually excited. He's already telling me about it. He's like, I can't wait for bowling.
Yeah, I'm excited too because I get to see all my friends again.
Last I
If they
saw
come.
it was a private event. Is that supposed to be?
Did I?
I don't think so.
Shit.
I don't think I sent that for me.
Okay.
When I
already called
It's
it,
not.
right?
Yeah, you did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well-
not supposed to be private.
When I looked at it, it said it
Yeah, I
was
know.
private. I thought so.
This is a work shirt.
Maybe double check it. Because
Yeah, I'll check that and change it. And if I can't change it because for some reason I can't
Make a
always
new
change
one?
things, I'll just make a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
but August 26th, Echo Bowl. If you're gonna be in the Brantford area, then come bowl with us. It's fursuit friendly, but you gotta wear bowling shoes.
Just
I mean,
be-
it's gonna be late August, so it's
be-
gonna be kind of hot.
be aware the bowling alley after dark is a little bit difficult to see if you're in
It's
fursuit.
also black light, so make sure your things
Wear a
are
lot of
washed,
white.
or your things are washed.
Oh please, come on! Nobody's gonna bring one of those suits.
Well, you
I would
don't
hope.
know.
I would hope.
Anyway,
I automatically get wary of any full suit that I see that's wearing shorts.
Oh
Yeah.
I
yeah.
immediately get wary.
Is there,
I'm
is there like a sewn-on dong under those
Or like a
shorts?
zipper
a
accent.
zipper. Yeah. if ever
That's typical for females.
whenever I see a full suit
A sewn-on
walking around
dong?
somewhere that
No.
wears no other
That's
clothes other than shorts, I get a little bit wary.
but see, now I want to make one that's like a beach body furry who only does wear swim trunks.
Well, you'd already kind of be like the muscle head, so that's already kind of a fetish thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, like I said, perfect time to end. Tomorrow we'll have Digimon World Up, which is a me and Riffti series. Wednesday, more Vikings. Thursday, well, you get the schedule from there. But look forward to Digimon tomorrow if you like the channel. I'll also be streaming at probably 1 or 2 different times. So just if you're subscribed to me, there are links in the new in the new cards. So if you check that eye in the upper right corner of the video, it's got links to my channel and to Rifti's because we both stream, and Kip and Pheonix don't have channels, but if they did, they would be in there.
We were just talking about Persona.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
How about that?
To
What's that
answer
on?
your question
it's
there,
That's-
sweatpants
yeah,
is fine
that's- you
usually
gotta
because
ask
that's a
the
3/4 suit.
Or
Not too many
the
people
broken
wear
shit.
long
That's no
long
Vortex.
pants sleeve long pants over fursuit.
I guess.
whatever. But
Anyway, though, we will see you next month for the podcast, and like I said, tune in throughout the week for Brantfurred Play episodes. See you, everyone.
bye.
Take care, everyone.